Everybody in my family joined the military. We've served in every war this nation's had. On my mom's side. My dad's side were carnies and horse thieves.
Growing up, without a lot of money, he decided to join the military 3 weeks out of high school to be a sensor operator on an MQ-1 Predator drone.
You just learn how to survive out in the wilderness. It's survival evade, so you have to evade if you're behind the wire. Rescue, so you learn how to get rescued and what to do if you're captured. That's a very short portion of it. And escape. Escape is the worst part of it, because that's happy fun camp. I'm happy with the death, but this is suffering.
Until then, I will wake up, go to work, go to BJJ if schedule allows, and I will do comedy. No one can stop me from doing that. Did you actually fall out of the 2-story window when you were 15 months old?
Yes, I did.
One of us is very wrong right now,
Yes.
but the difference is I'm not sure if I'm wrong or if you're wrong. I just know I'm like one of us. Either I'm not understanding something very badly or you're not understanding something. And either way, I don't like it. This is the only part of this podcast that I haven't liked. Can you lower that thing a little bit for me so the mic? There you go.
Right about there?
Yeah.
That looks good.
Yeah, that sounds good. Can you hear yourself okay?
Yeah, of course.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
You anything turned up or down?
No, I'm good.
Are you happy?
I guess.
All right, here we go. Yes,
No promises on the happiness.
We'll work on that. Howdy, y'all, and welcome to another episode on David's Saturday Night Sit Back. I am stoked that you're here because over 90% of my guests have never done a podcast before, or they maybe have, but they did not deep dive into their stories. So I'm building a collection of stories for y'all that literally can't be heard, watched, or found anywhere else. And today on the show, I'm joined by Jason Fearn. I'm excited to have Fearn here today because while I only know a little bit about him, I believe this will be a pretty good episode. Growing up, without a lot of money, he decided to join the military 3 weeks out of high school to be a sensor operator on an MQ-1 Predator drone. He graduated from college in 2018 with a degree in sociology, dabbled in labor, moving, management, became a journeyman, became an ironworker. He dabbles in some Brazilian jiu-jitsu, and he debuted on Kill Tony in 2023 on episode 637. Fearn and I met when we celebrated a mutual friend's birthday at Six Flags San Antonio. In general, y'all know I love having comedians on the show, but aside from that, I really appreciated Fearn's articulateness, his attitude, and getting to know him. So I wanted to have him on the show to talk all things nihilism, sociology, comedy, sex, drugs, rock and roll, and we will see what other rabbit holes we dive into. Fearn, thank you for who you are. Thank you for being here, and welcome to your episode on David's Saturday Night Sit Back.
Oh, thank you. Shout out to Frank. His lovely Six Flags birthday was great. Also, that reminds me, I loved how, before I knew you, we were just getting to know each other, the mingling, if you will. And I'm like, you're from California? That's gay. And then I started doing research. I was like, you invited me on this podcast. And I listened to Story Times, whatever the y'all's podcast name is. And I found out you're actually gay. And that was hilarious. I was like, no, I love the fact that I was like, man, that's hella gay. You're from California.
Didn't bother me at all.
I know. Well, that was the best. You're the best audience.
Dude, so part of that stems from when the first gay dude I met, I think I was a senior in high school, and I'll leave him unnamed. But
shout out to him.
He always got really offended by gay jokes or the word, and he would get like, he would let it ruin his day. He would go into a sour mood. He would ruin whatever the thing was, the birthday party, the night out at the club.
Sure.
And I always hated that. I'm like, dude, like, we live on planet Earth. The word's gonna get said. Is it respectful? Is it kind? Like, maybe not. But at the same time, if I'm in a group chat and some dude says like, oh, that's gay, you're from California, I'm not going to completely just write you off because you made a gay joke. I'm like, that's so stupid, dude. And honestly, I think he hurt himself more than he hurt, he drove home some sort of point, He's trying to make this fucking statement. I'm like, dude, you're just like missing out on a really fun night out with your boys. Like, that's on you, brother.
It was like one asshole.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a good day. I'm glad you got to come out. Why'd y'all leave so early? Y'all should have had more fun. They didn't close till 9.
I think Isaac wanted to leave early because he was tired. He'd stayed up till like 3 a.m. or something. What was my reason?
Dogbert. I remember now.
I did want to come home to the dog. He had been home. He had been home by himself, and I knew he was probably bursting to use the bathroom. Also, dude, being in groups of new people, even though it was just you and Frank's girlfriend, it stresses me out a lot.
It's no worries.
And I think I sort of hit my cap for the day.
No, I mean, it was still a good day. I'm glad y'all
it was
came out.
super fun.
Yeah.
So much fun outside for losing a cell phone.
Yeah, it's fine.
She'll live.
Yeah, I mean,
It wasn't our
since
cell
her
phone.
Her name's Liv.
I forgot.
It's fine. That was why I started laughing harder.
What was your favorite ride that day?
The Joker. It was the one that me, you, and Isaac went on while waiting on them for the cell phone. Liv lost her cell phone. Clean out your pockets if you go to Six Flags. It's common knowledge. But she did not, and they went to go file a claim. Me, you, and Isaac got some food, and there was this ride called the Joker. It's the one ride that I was like, I will never ride. Like, it's in, like, most fairs before it got to Six Flags. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I know you know, and it's hard to describe. It's like that spinning pendulum thingy.
Yep.
I went on it 3 times that day.
Was the second or third time better than the first?
They were all amazing. Like, I loved it so much. But my reason is the second time, Frank was like, all right, I'll do it. I don't want to do this one. And I was like, fuck it, I've already, you know what I mean? Let's do all the rights. We're here. It's why we're here. Let's die today.
Yeah,
But that's every day for me. And the second time, Frank is to my far right, lives in between us, and then I'm on the far left. And Frank pulls on his seat a little bit more and hears a click. And he starts panicking because he's like, I heard a click. I heard a click. So now I'm dying laughing. As soon as the ride starts, he's like, I'm going to die. So he closes his eyes. And I thought he was going to puke because he's riding this insane roller coaster with his eyes closed. And it was just the seat locking in one more notch. That's all it was.
Yeah.
So on the third round, he was like, fuck that. I'm never going on that ride again. Me and Liv went. And she heard it. She was like, oh, it's the same click. And so it made it even better for me that he thought he was going to die, but it was extra safety features.
Did she panic when she heard the click?
No, she started laughing as well.
She knew what was going on.
Yeah. Well, the second ride, yeah, she was panicking. She was like, what the fuck? It's a click. It's a sound. It's okay.
You're good.
Yeah.
Of all the rides, I think that one surprisingly was the scariest for me.
It's intense.
It was, I wouldn't think it would be. In looking at it, on other rides, we're going upside down. There's the one where you go backwards. The one where you go through the cave.
Go through the cave.
It was the one we did. You and me didn't go together. You were. This is when you were out and Liv were in the parking lot.
Oh, okay. Is that the
Rattler.
iron?
The
yeah,
Rattler,
yeah. I
yeah.
went to that one twice. That was fun as well.
I would have thought, like, from a scary perspective, that one would have been the scariest. You start out with the quick drop, but that Joker one, dude, when you get to the it's the last like 3 swings where you're really starting to pick up the 75 miles per hour, and then you're sitting there at the very top and you're facing straight down towards Earth,
or you were straight upside down because you're on the upswing. Yeah.
Oh, that was the only one I thought I kept telling myself, I was like, take a deep breath.
Yeah.
You're not going to puke. You're not going to be the guy that shuts down
Or
the
you
ride
might.
right after they clean it. I didn't want to be that guy. I didn't want to be the puker.
And you wasn't, so congratulations.
You too, brother. We
I
made
knew
it.
I was good.
Going on that one right after lunch was a mistake on my part. I had a belly full of nachos and Gatorade.
It's for some reason that shed. It's the same shed that you just stare at. It was right next to where we ate. It's eat, shed, then it's the ride. So I was staring down at that shed because I imagined just going through it with my face. It didn't look fun for me.
Could you imagine if the end of your life was on that ride? If you go
be pretty
all the
lit.
way up and you hear a
Click.
and then it just keeps going, and you have these 10 seconds where we
You're
just
fucked.
disattached.
You're dead.
And we are at any
Hopefully.
second going to turn around and start rapidly flying towards Earth.
That's the thing. I don't care if I die. I'm fine with the death. I don't want to limp away because now I'm suffering even more.
Yeah.
I'm in Meeseeks. So I was waiting for this pod. I know you watch Rick and Morty, right?
Nope.
You run. I thought you did watch Rick and Morty. All right, I would have
Sorry.
sent. No, you're totally fine. It's okay. It's just a great show that I got tattoos after.
You really
So,
like?
yeah, this is a Meeseeks.
No
If
shit.
I don't know if I can get it up high enough, but it doesn't matter. Google it. Pretty much, there's a box. This box right there, and there's a little blue button. You hit the button, the Meeseeks pops out. You tell the Meeseeks what you need help with. Help me take out the trash. They're like, you got it. They grab the trash. They take it out. They disappear. They just stop existing. They love it. It's the best thing. I'm here to do a job, and I'll cough. I'm a Meeseeks. That's what I like doing. So if I die, that's fine. I was just waiting till that point anyway. I'm just doing tasks until then anyway. There's a point in the episode where they can't help Jerry take 2 strokes off his golf game so they can't die. And it's an eternity. Like, they just want to die. Like, they want to do their job and off. And so they start spamming more Meeseeks to come out and help Jerry until they're like, we're just going to fucking kill Jerry because he can't get too... And they're like, man, I know what to do. We got to choke up on his... It's like, no, fuck you. We've tried that. He's got to relax more. Well, it's obvious he can't relax. And then they just start going back and forth. It's like, no, you don't know what you're talking about. I've been alive for 5 minutes. No, I've been alive for 15 minutes. You're an idiot. I've been alive for a whole day. And then it pans to this, like, decrepit elder. I've been alive for 2 weeks. An eternity in the Meeseeks. So everything's just an eternity to me. I just want to die. But until then, I will be doing these jobs, and then I will fuck off back home to where I'll lay in bed and not move.
You'll be doing ironworking and comedy and doing podcast appearances.
Yeah, I'm no longer
doing the job.
No longer an ironworker. I'm now the rope access. I hang off the ropes off the side of the buildings, if you recall.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, but
That's
still
right.
both deadly jobs that I could die.
Yeah, if they were the only 2 jobs left on work and I had on Earth and I had to do them, I would make it happen. But even just looking through your Instagram, I was like, this doesn't look enjoyable. There was one picture though that I did really like that I wanted to show you, and if you're on YouTube, you'll be able to see this. This was one of my favorite pictures off your 356 posts.
Oh yeah, that was the old. That's not me. I don't. Yeah, that ain't us. That's some other. But it was just. This is what ironworking is. We just sit on beams. Yeah. Yeah. Google ironworking and you will see what my job used to be. I did it for 5 years, and now I do a much sketchier job. I feel like.
I liked one of your posts is the definition of an iron worker.
Oh yeah, that one.
The
Yeah.
craziest motherfuckers you will ever meet on a construction job. They are the ones that put the steel up for buildings and bridges. They're the first to go where no man has gone, also known to have the saltiest attitude and has the most physical skill on site. We don't go to the office, we build it.
Yeah, goddamn right.
Yeah.
I don't think, was that just one of my posts, like, me typing, or was it like a meme?
It was a meme.
Oh,
Or maybe
okay,
a
yeah.
screenshot.
Don't you love how some of those words are misspelled?
I definitely, yeah, I stumbled when I almost said they are the first. The first.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that? The craziest motherfuckers.
Yeah. That is what an hour worker. But like we're all Meeseeks. They just don't all watch the TV show, but we just show up, we do our job. It's gonna kill like 60% of the deaths or fatal fatalities is slips, trips, and falls. 60% is just falling off the fucking building. So yeah.
How many iron workers die per year?
It's a lot, but I can't recall. Pretty much every month that somebody dies, or every month we have a union meeting because I was a part of the union. If somebody dies in our union, we drape the charter. You know, it's like the band of brothers thing, or whatever the fuck. It's just this thing on the wall, and they drape it when somebody dies. And I would say like 6 out of 12 months it's draped because somebody we know has died.
Damn.
Yeah, that's fine.
I don't know any podcasters that have died recently.
Different worlds.
Yeah, no, I know. A little bit, yeah. Yeah, the last time someone, to my knowledge, that someone died out of the skydiving place that I used to go to in California was a solo jumper back in 2019. And
Still crazy.
the wind was picked up, and they advised her not to go. And she said, nope, take me up. I paid my money. Get me up there. I want to jump. And she jumped out of the plane, and she pulled her chute, and on the way down, the wind blew her in front of the freeway, and a semi-truck hit her. Splat. Dead.
Oh, rest in peace, I guess. That was hilarious. I'm gonna fucking go out by a fucking vehicle when you had the advantage of flight. But
Yeah, dude.
well, all right, whatever. But like when you talk about skydiving, that's why I think you can do the type of job with ironworking. You're at heights. You saw all the pictures on my Instagram. And with rope access, that was newer. I got more videos for you, but like you can do it. It's just that initial like feeling when you jump out of the plane, right? Mm-hmm. It's that like weightlessness. Your stomach's in your chest or your ass, depending on where it goes.
Yep.
You know that feeling. The same as when you're on the Joker and you just suspend, and now you're weightless again, but you're 175 feet in the air, some ridiculous crap.
Yeah.
It's like that, but like when your rope slips or like you almost fall off the iron, it's just the same feeling. And then a minute later, you pull your chute. What's the difference?
The difference is that skydiving is once every couple years, and you're doing this 40 plus hours a week, multiple days a week. I guess you do. It's probably just second nature for you to be on like up high now, huh?
Eventually. You know what I mean? Because like your legs shake when you first get on the iron. We're just gonna make fun of you until you quit or you quit shaking. Pick one. We don't have time to worry about you shaking. You're either gonna put the bolt in the hole, secure the iron. Doing a lot with these.
As you should. It's a sign of confidence.
I guess. Sure. Is that what Trump? You know what I mean?
I smell what you're stepping in.
Yeah, apparently. So like with ironwork, yeah, it was just it's hard to like encapsulate, but if you fall in ironwork, you trust your equipment not to let you fall to your death. Hopefully you don't swing into something. That's the suffering. That's getting impelled by a rebar. Now you're fucked for a minute until it gets you down and that rebar out of you or that rebar cut to go with you. You know what I mean? That's the suffering. I'd much rather just die than deal with rebar inside of me until my inevitable death. What's the joy? What's the passion you get out of the jumping out of the plane and the fear of it not popping? Right?
Well, the joy is it's twofold. It's the adrenaline rush from the jump, from the free fall. There's nothing like it.
Right.
And then when the chute's pulled and you're just very slowly floating back down to earth for anywhere from like 4 to 8 minutes, depending.
With that amazing view.
Mm-hmm. It's the only time I felt at peace.
Yeah. Now you're getting paid for it.
Do you feel at peace when you're out there?
Well, when I'm... Do I ever? 2 weeks is an eternity to me, seeks. Yes, but no. You know what I mean? Like there was this. I'm not the fucking brightest. You know what I mean? So I did have a mishap already, and it's fine. The company knows about it. So I'm a high-rise window washer. I know we haven't really described it yet, but I sit on a rope and lower myself off the side of the skyscraper that nobody can access to. There's no lifts or ladders, so you got to just rappel off the side of the building and just clean the windows. Well, we do balconies, so you get into the balcony, clean all the glass, get out, and to the next balcony on the floor. You know what I mean? You just go like that. I didn't take all the slack out of my rope like an idiot because, you know, you want some slack and, you know what I mean? You disengage and you hop back on. And I thought I did, so I hopped out on the other side of the balcony. I'm like on level 30 on this skyscraper, hopping outside of the balcony. And you just sit into the rope, you know, like you would sit into the chute. You know, I know it's quick, but you kind of sit into it. but it's not catching me yet. Well, what is my dumbass monkey brain? I gotta go lower. It's gonna catch me, but where? So I get to the point to where my hand is the only thing holding me up on this balcony. On the 30th level, I'm hooked into my ropes and shit, but I'm just holding with my hand. And, well, I gotta find the slack, and I let go, and I free fall for 6 to 10 feet. I don't know how far. I am looking my coworker in the eye. If you're standing, I'm sitting on my rope, looking him in the eye, and he's like, "What the fuck?" And I'm like, "I found the slack." So I'm kind of retarded. You know what I mean? Like any normal person would sit down and be like, "No, nothing's holding me. Let me just fix this." No, not me. I gotta go fucking find it. So yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not thinking about the death. I will find it though. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm sure you're not thinking about the possibility. You are, but you're not. But until it opens, and it's open, because I started seeing videos to where it just starts twirling. Have you had an incident yet?
Not yet.
How much are you going to shit your pants if that shit happens? And you're not getting paid for it.
Dude, if something went wrong,
Yep.
I think I would just try to enjoy the last few seconds.
Don't we all?
I think, because similar to you, I would not want to live. So if I pull the chute and I see there's something wrong, my only hope is that I don't break both legs.
Speed
I
again.
need to die.
I need to gain speed.
And since I know I'm about to die and there is literally nothing anyone can do about it,
Theoretically.
it's like, you know what? I'm just going to rip this backpack off and enjoy the fall and find out the answer to the biggest question we all have, which is...
Everyone's looking for.
What is life after death?
Yeah, it's a fun question. It's a fun one, ain't it?
What do you think?
Well, that's why nihilism is a fun thing. I grew up Southern Baptist. You grew up religious, I believe?
Christian, yeah.
Christian. Is that like a denominatum?
I think Protestant.
Protestant. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's like Christians all one big melting pot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I love theology, if you will, but it's like a hobby. Like I just love reading sometimes when I'm bored. I was Southern Baptist, Sunday morning, Sunday night, Wednesday night. My ass was in church. My mom made the deal with all three of us kids. I'm the youngest, two older brothers. And as soon as you get a job, you don't have to work anymore. So I had a job the day I turned 16. Just fuck that. Like, I don't want to go to church. It was very annoying to memorize scriptures of the book. And then I joined the military. I went through survival school. It was the best, worst training of your entire life. And it teaches you what propaganda is. Propaganda is fascinating. I fell in love with it. Like, it's the best, worst training while you're being starved and beaten for 19 days. Like, it's the reason why I'm crazy. Like, and I found out what propaganda is, and then I got out of the military after doing sensor operator stuff. Moving forward in the timeline, I went to college and took intro into political thought. And I was like, well, now I can't go back to church and sit there. Like, because my brain is going, what is he saying to get me to think this? It's all propaganda now. So every religion to me is now just propaganda. So I'm a nihilist. Everybody's wrong. Who's right? Nobody. So no human can tell me what's correct because they don't fucking know either because they haven't taken that dirt nap after the rope snapped or the parachute didn't pop. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was wrapping up the answer and then I started trying to stretch again.
I was trying to find, for the audience and even just for myself and for you.
Yeah.
You had made a post where you sort of defined nihilism in just like a real 2 quick sentences. Do you have it memorized? What's
Probably not.
Probably not. And I thought it was near the top, but you do have a lot of pictures. Let me scroll for
do a lot of shit.
5 more seconds here, and if I don't see it, I will get... Oh, nope, that's the ironworker one.
Yeah.
There's more comedy sets. There's you with the cut hand. There's you in America. There's you in your kitty cats. There's your Mustang. There's you at a soccer game. Yep, I scrolled by it. In short, what is nihilism?
Okay. Pretty much. Well, this actually is what I like to do. What is nihilism? Read it. Siri, read it. Hey Siri, read it.
Hey Siri. What is nihilism?
Nihilism encompasses various views that reject certain aspects of existence. There have been different nihilist positions, including the views that life is meaningless, that moral values are baseless, and that knowledge is impossible. Would you like to hear more?
All right. So
No, thank you.
Basically, the first two. Life is meaningless. Because, like, get your rocks off doesn't get my rocks off, right? You like to lift weights. I like to go hang out the side of the building. You got to find your own truth and what makes you happy. But, like, what's happiness for me is not what happiness is for you.
Correct.
Yeah, I just paused because, like, I'm also, like, rambling. Because it's, like... Life is meaningless, so it has ups and downs. Like, yeah, you can do whatever you want. You can chase money. You can chase fame. You can chase just paying your bills. You can chase whatever you want. You can chase heroin if you'd like. But at the end of the day, we all die, so what the fuck does the point? Is this a game? Is it not a game? Is this, should I have been following God? Should I have been following Jewish God? Should I have been following Muhammad? Should I have been following... You know what I mean? If Muhammad's right, is Christian fucked?
Mm-hmm.
Who's right? Who knows? Well, I can't ask a Muslim about Jewish faith because obviously he's biased about it.
Right.
Who the fuck is right? Well, I feel like you're all wrong. And I won't know until I'm dead.
Yeah.
And so I'm just waiting till I find out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, that's part of the reason I stopped going to church in my 20s was because I was able to escape the tiny little bubble of 150 people that my parents had me and my siblings in.
Right.
And so as I started meeting non-Christian people who had different, whether it was religious beliefs, different values, different skin colors, different everything. I met a lot of really cool people that wanted nothing to do with Christianity, that were other religions, that were other things, and in a way, like in the best way possible, my whole belief system was shattered, and I was like, "What?
What?
How do we know? How do we know?"
Yeah, we don't. And I'm tired of listening to that guy tell me he knows for sure. Well, how the fuck do you know for sure? It's because I was told by who? Well, I don't care who, because I don't even know him, and I barely know this guy. I'm speaking. All right, I love Frank to death.
Frank has been on the podcast. Go check out the Sorry Time episode after this one if you want. It's a good time.
Which, shouting out at that lovely baby boy again, I love that he was like, hey, we should all do a pod together. And I didn't say anything because I wanted to wait. I knew it. You said, hell yeah, let's do it. And I knew nobody set a time, a date. I was like, come on, Frank. Start setting times and dates. That sounds awesome, but I'm not going to be the goddamn leader.
Well, Isaac and Frank, because they're repeat customers, they're sort of my, the reason I didn't set a date and time is they're sort of my, oh shit, I need an episode. Who can I call right now?
Who's not working?
That could come over today and record an episode with me real quick.
Yeah, which I would highlight. I wanted to do this solo because I was a new friend. It was very nice to meet you. You're a great audience member, etc. It was very fun making 13 gay jokes to a Californian. It's always fun. But yeah, like I don't know for sure, and I know that they don't know for sure. They just want to believe. Like in college is where I really lost my faith, if you will, because I found out who Friedrich Nietzsche was. If you stare into the abyss will stare back into you. Be careful battling with monsters, lest you will become the monster yourself. That's why my cat is named Abyss, is because I'm a fan of Friedrich Nietzsche. He's just like, all this is wrong. Like, you guys don't know shit either. You're just hoping. And then people are dying and getting killed over something that you think you know. which is the afterlife. Nobody fucking knows the afterlife. I'm curious.
Yeah. I have a friend right now who, it's funny because his parents didn't raise him religious at all, and he's getting he's dabbling in Christianity, and we had a long talk back in January.
Okay.
And one of the things I wasn't expecting him to ask me was, he was like, do you still believe in God? And I said no. And he said, maybe you should start praying again. I was not expecting this from
a frank answer.
From this particular person. I was like, I'm sorry, where did my buddy go?
Right, yeah.
Who are you? And then like 2 months later, he mentioned he might start going to church, and then we were at the gym last Tuesday, and he was like, do you want to see what today's daily Bible verse is?
No, I don't.
I was like,
In fact, no, I don't.
You're the daily Bible verse. I will say what I appreciate about him is he is how old are you?
I'm 32.
He's 24.
Okay,
And
young.
I think he just wants some sort of North Star, or I think he just wants he wants to know what we're shooting for.
Sure.
Like for me, that's sort of the podcast in a way is like my North Star. I'm hoping that somewhere out there's some kid who's listening to this and he gets some value, or she gets some value out of it, and we improve their life in some way, shape, or form. You're laughing. You're like, not with me on.
No, comic brain took over. You go, or she. I'm like, fucking California.
They, them.
You started using
humans.
the pronouns.
Yeah, I
Like,
just want
we're
everyone
being
to feel
motivational. We don't give a fuck about the pronouns right now. Live your dream. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Comic brain took over. So your good friend, Bible verse. I feel like I cut
The
you
end
off.
of the rant was basically that I think he's just like probably all of us do in our 20s. I did the same thing, right? I left
Sure.
the church because I started asking questions.
Right, they don't like that.
He was never raised in any
Correct.
religion, so I think he's looking to Christianity because he knows nothing about it. He's like, I don't know the Bible. I don't know God. I don't know who Jesus is.
Right.
And I'm 24 and I'm asking questions.
And it sounds pretty neat whenever. See, like, I was wondering, I can't remember how long I was thinking about this, but like, if you're raised in the church, you end up leaving. But if you're not raised in the church and you know nothing about the church, any church, doesn't matter the church, he, or she, or they church, it doesn't matter because you're inevitably going to look for something bigger than yourself. I feel like we all do that with a North Star, I feel like. Why do you think people believe that the earth is flat?
Because they're retarded.
Incorrect. They're bored and they need friends.
So they find
Did we think about that yet? Like, why does certain people just go hang out at the church? Because they're bored and they need friends. Like, have you ever been bored and then went to Six Flags with a bunch of idiots?
Just once.
You were bored and you needed something to do. Like, we found our friends in comedy. People find friends in religion. People find friends in flat earth theory. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm assuming you're not a furry, but they got to get some community out of dressing all the same in a furry costume. You know what I mean? It's just all a subculture, and I love to study them.
You know what? Since you brought up furries, and
I didn't. You didn't.
and communities and stuff.
Yeah.
When I first moved to Austin, I think I saw on some shop window or something somewhere, "Keep Austin weird."
Of course,
and I wasn't
slogan.
really sure what that meant, but I liked it. I was like, "Fuck yeah, I'm a weird dude. I found a weird city. This is great." And so I'd been here about 3 or 4 weeks, and one of my buddies out in California was like, "Hey, I've never been to Texas. Can I come hang out with you? You're new there. We'll be tourists for a week.
Sure.
We'll go hit the clubs.
Do the
we'll
damn
go
thing,
the
yeah.
comedy clubs.
Sixth.
All that stuff."
Yep.
So we went to one of the clubs on 6th, and it was one of the gay clubs. And there's this one door with these 2 big burly guards standing outside of it. And I go up
Bouncers?
to them. Yeah, bouncers. Thank you.
No worries.
Maybe I'm more retarded than you are.
Well,
So I went up to them and I was like, "Hey, just out of curiosity, is this like the VIP lounge or what's back here?" And they were like, "No, anyone can go in. You just have to give us your cell phone first." And I'm like, "Fuck it, sure, here you go. Take my damn phone.
Kind of shit you about to get into.
I want to go through the door." And have you ever seen the people who dress up like dogs?
Oh yeah.
It was like a pup. It was like a puppy.
play.
It was a puppy and their owner party. So we walk through the door. Door closes behind us, and my jaw almost hits the floor. And I just see half the dudes in the room are crawling around on all fours with their fake tails on and yapping from their. They even had like water bowls on the floor, and then the other half the dudes are walking them around on their leashes. And dude, it was the wildest thing. I stayed there for about 5 minutes and just collected myself, and then I was like, I need to go.
Got the boner
Guard!
down.
There was no boner that night.
So would you be one holding the leash, or would you be on the leash?
If I was gonna be in that scenario, holding the leash.
Allegedly.
Holding.
See, part of me wants to hold the leash, but some of me wants to play. You know what I mean? Fuck it. Let's go to the dog park with my friends.
Yeah, I guess.
You ever caught the frisbee every time? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You ever been the best boy?
Yeah, oh,
You're a good goddamn boy. And I already got that dog in me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're sharing, dog. You fucking thief.
Yeah, comic brand aside. I love Austin for many reasons, but like I was originally born and raised Paris, Texas. I went to the military 3 weeks out. Fast forward the rest of my life, I came back to Texas in 2020. Nope. Math. Fucking shit. Doesn't matter. I came to... Oh, when did
you were 30. Does that help?
Yeah. So 2 years ago.
So 2023?
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, because that's when... Okay. November 13th, 2023, I got on Kill Tony. I moved here September 2023. Okay. Sorry. I'm an idiot. Maybe you're more or less retarded than me. All that aside, I moved from Denver. And I was like, fuck it. I'm back in Texas. I'm wearing my working boots. I'm getting a fucking cowboy hat. We're doing the damn thing. I didn't get a belt buckle. I find them annoying. They cut into me. I'm not getting a belt buckle, but I'm doing the thing, you know? And I wore that. Everybody, man, I love your hat. I was digging it. 2 weeks, man. I was fucking digging it. Everybody was in love with the hat. It was a $20 one. You know that cheap store on 6th Street?
Yeah.
The souvenirs. Yeah, it was one of those fucking cowboy hats. And then some homies came down from Denver, some jiu-jitsu friends. They're like, we're going to go to 6th Street, do the touristy stuff. I'm like, well, let's go. I've only went to Dirty 6 and East. I've never really went to West because comedy's on Dirty and East. Mm-hmm. It's not a lot on West. So I was walking around. I didn't see one fucking cowboy hat until I passed the gay bar and I saw a sea of cowboy hats. And I was like, well, now I got to go take off this fucking cowboy hat. And I was in love with this fucking thing.
No, don't say that.
So we have different... I was like, I'm trying to advertise something else. I'm trying to be Brad Pitt, not... Pitt and Brad, you know what I'm saying? It's two different, you know, I'm not trying to be Tony Hinchcliffe right now. Like, I'm from Texas. I rode bulls. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Different experiences. I was like, man, that's why I've never seen a cowboy hat back in Austin. And then I found them.
I want to get a cowboy hat.
You'd look good.
I think I would. Yeah, cover up this bald head. Why did this might be sort of on? It might sound like I'm changing subjects. I'm not. Why did you start comedy? And part of the reason I'm asking is because I was wondering if like you were looking for your own tribe of sorts.
Sure. Well, I always knew. All right, so my hero is Jim Carrey.
Who's that?
Ace Ventura. You know who Jim Carrey is.
Yeah,
Fuck
no,
off.
I'm just being a dick.
Yeah, like I always played in my hair, and the fact that I can do this, it even picks it up on camera. Yeah. Ace Ventura, I can, let's do a quick one, and I can just make it hold it there.
If you're not on YouTube right now, you're missing out, all you Spotifyers.
Yeah, just look at the time code like I do, and then just fast forward to that. But basically, Ace Ventura, I've always been in love with comedy. The very few times I was at home by myself and the TV, you know what I mean? It was on Comedy Central. I always loved laughing. And I realized in the more developed years, you can't be angry, mad, pissed off, sad. You can't be any of those negative emotions when you're laughing. You can be it immediately before, immediately after you're done laughing, or before you start laughing. But as soon as you start laughing, it's pure joy. Well, I love spreading joy. I'm actually a pretty negative, depressed, I just want to die person. But, it's like Robin Williams. Like, the people that smile the most are the saddest people. You know what I mean? I just want to make everybody happy because I'm not happy myself. And then I finally, at the age of 28, after working iron for like 6 to 8 months, I'm like, well, I can die at work. What's the worst thing that's going to happen on stage? I bomb. Oh, no. I could die tomorrow. So that's when I started finally doing comedy. I love it. Now I'm trying to pay bills again, and I feel like I know I'm not doing as much stage time as I'd like. Whenever you tell somebody a joke and they're laughing, like, we've laughed in my family. We laugh through gritted teeth. Yeah. So that's what I mean. Like, whenever you have an older brother, or the rare occasion my mom my mom says she should have beat me more growing up. It's the most Texas thing ever, but that's, there are times when you're a child and you're looking up into an authority figure's eyes and they're going, because they want to be mad, but they're laughing, so they can't.
Yeah.
I mean, as soon as they stop and they go, now I'm fucked.
Like,
in between those 3 to 10 seconds, depending on whatever I just panic said. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and then that just carries through all the rest of life. So she was in that mood and attitude that whole time because she didn't laugh. But you were having a great night because Clementine was awesome. Headliner was great. You were having a great time. Mm-hmm. I feel like even if you went into that with a bad mindset, like where she was, you might have still laughed your way. Oh my God, sorry, I ate ice cream on the drive here trying to wake up a little bit.
I made a mistake and ate a big bowl of chili, and I don't know what I thought I was. Stomach
Yeah,
is like doing backflips right now.
It's hard just to talk. But yeah, I feel like, especially like, you don't know how people are going into that room, but if you do your job well enough, they leave in a much better mood. And that's what comedy is. And that's what I want to do. I'm not happy myself, so at least I can make other people happy. And when they laugh, that fills me with that much dopamine, which is enough to get, hopefully, to the next hit of dopamine. That's why I do comedy. And why I should do it more, I'm just exhausted half the time.
I'll get you more water in a second.
Yeah, no worries.
It's funny you bring that up because I actually went that night because I was in a bad mood.
Oh, yeah. And you left it going, man, fuck that bitch.
Yeah, I was in a bad mood, and then I saw in Clem's story that he was doing a show, and I was like, you know what? To get the fuck out of this bad mood, I'm going to go laugh. Yeah. So I went determined to have a good, to have a good time.
That's good.
I wonder what her mindset was.
I don't know.
If I saw her out, I thought she was, and I don't even find women attractive.
No, there you go.
She had long brown hair, went down to her butt. If you like long brown hair, she was
never
probably.
tell with them.
She was small. She's like 130 pounds, soaking wet. She's a small stature, 5'6", if I had to guess.
Oh,
yeah, she was a cute girl though.
Oh yeah.
I remembered the other thing that I was gonna say.
Awesome.
I knew it was gonna come back. You were talking about how sometimes like the happiest people are really the saddest ones. Yeah. There's this guy at my gym named Michael Davis. Tried to get him on the pod, but he's scared. He won't come on. And I remember I walked up to him once. I was like, "Hey, Michael, are you happy?" And he was like, not really. I was like, "Fair enough. You want to talk about it?" And he goes, "Not really." And I said, "All right." And he says, "Are you happy?" And I said, "Yeah, man." He says, "You're always happy," which makes me think you're the most miserable one here. In a way, he's right.
Yeah, right? Makes sense, don't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just tired of being sad. Let's laugh. Yeah. It's fun, ain't it?
It is fun. I like laughing. Yeah, I've been sad ever since I watched Aladdin and found him attractive, and I was like, "Oh God,
oh fuck, here we
this
go.
This is gonna be a fucking shit show."
You know what it's gonna be?
What?
A whole new world. Oh, always dropping an Aladdin pun. It's always fun.
Oh man.
Like, tell me, like, dropping a whole new Chad Daniels. He is a good comedian. He's he won't get out of his own way to be a better, bigger comedian kind of thing. And he raised 2 daughters, and he has every single Disney song memorized. So if you listen to any of his podcasts, that's when I started singing Aladdin a whole new. And
Is he Austin based?
no, he is Minneapolis, Minnesota based.
Okay.
Yeah, northern guy.
Oh,
Gracias.
you were talking about your mom and when you were a kid and you
She's a
fuck
great
up
lady.
and you're laughing through your teeth, and here's a picture I think of you when you
Oh,
were a little
yeah,
dude.
young
Jump
and-
over to YouTube, folks, if you want
Yeah.
to see young Fearn.
Oh yeah.
Is one of those you and one of
love your
those your
son.
dad, or are those both you?
I'm holding the soccer ball, and my dad is this guy.
You guys do look incredibly alike in those
Yeah.
pictures.
And then I don't know if I can find it, but I do not generally like my older brothers. So we fought a lot. Imagine that. And I look exactly like my older brother as well, and it bothers the shit out of him. I was born November 13th. He was born November 14th. So one day off.
How many years apart?
4 years, 364 days apart. Yeah, and so we shared a lot of birthdays, and he fucking hated that growing up. But we look identical, and I love fucking with him about it. I don't got any photos with me and my older brother, but yeah, me and my older brother look identical, and Justin looks like our mom. So that was fun.
Is it just you two, siblings wise?
Yeah, me, middle brother Justin, and older brother Kevin. I was gonna try not to doxing them, but fuck them. And then mom and dad. Yeah.
What did you guys in all seriousness,
Mm-hmm.
were you guys tight knit homies? Did you guys butt heads all the? Why'd you butt heads?
Constantly. Well, we all have God complexes.
Good.
You know what I mean? We all think we're better than each other.
You just took you know what I mean and turned 5 words into one.
What?
You went, you know what I mean?
All right.
Sorry to interrupt you.
No,
Brothers.
you're good. So like growing up, which I don't know. All right, this affected me a lot. Obviously, I grew up 0 to like 17 with a speech impediment. I could not say the letter R. My last name is,
Fearn.
and I go by
Fearn.
Yeah. So, and 2 older brothers, athletics, small town, 20,000 people. I know when we met, you're like, small isn't 20,000. That's big. I still graduated with 65 people, and I was just fucked with constantly. So the communication I had issues with growing up. I could not speak coherently because I thought I was saying rabbit and I was saying wabbit. You know what I mean? It sucked. And me, my 2 older brothers, and my mom would all be arguing, and my dad would just turn up the TV, which would make us get louder. So he'd turn up the TV, and then I would get louder, and he'd turn up. So I was growing up yelling incoherent because I didn't know I'm yelling.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just not getting heard yet, so I just started yelling. And so we just fought a lot because Justin would say something, and I know that's factually incorrect. So I'm going to correct him. Can't have him sounding stupid.
No.
Well, Kevin heard us have 2 exchanges, so now he needs to throw his hat in the ring. Well, don't know why mom thought she could referee that. So she said, "Well, you boys stop." And I said, "I will stop as soon as he stops being incorrect." And so we just fought 24/7. And I swole my middle brother's eye shut one day when I'm like, I grew up
You
fighting
did
him.
what?
Swole his eye shut.
Excellent.
Yeah, and then I could still get my hands on my older brother, but whatever. You know, we're not homies. And they're like, "Well, you should have grown up." I was like, "Oh, I remember growing up with you, and you never grew up. Fuck you." You know what I mean? So, no, I don't like those 2 guys.
Even to this day.
Yeah, no, obviously, yeah, no. I mean, I will be civil with them, but I've created a rule so I don't physically fight them. They have to pretend I do not exist. If you look at me, speak at me, no, it's not all. It keeps the peace. And as soon as you acknowledge my presence, well, now I'm going to acknowledge yours. And you're not going to like it. And you're like, "Why are you being rude?" I was like, "Because you broke the rule. You should not look at or speak to me. And if you do, I'm going to correct you."
Does your family get together on any kind of for like Christmas or
Yeah.
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 And so it's just a very like Fearn's not here, even though he is here.
Well, the best part is we're all named Fearn because it's my family. It's my last name.
That's right. For a second, I was like, "Hang on,
I know, right?
what?"
It's always fun.
Do they go by Fearn too?
No, I think they go by their actual names. I just go by last name because, I mean, how many Ferns have you met?
0.
Exactly. Well, now you do.
A lot of Davids.
And I like to say Fern like the plant. It helps people remember, and Jason is kind of forgettable. So, fuck Jason. I was born on Friday the 13th, and people will still forget.
Oh, man. I don't know if that's a blessing or a curse.
Oh, I'm Meeseeks. You decide. Is this a simple task or a hard task? So yeah, whenever we get together, my mom's only request is to not fight with my brothers, and I go, well, as long as they don't look at me or present any incorrect, just don't speak to me. I don't like being spoke to by idiots. Don't speak to me.
Do you want to like them one day?
I could care less. It's part of nihilism, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Their life has no bearing on
Is
mine.
part of
thankfully.
nihilism sort of like the I remember one time what my buddy Tim told me. He's like, you realize that there are going to be people that you are not going to like and they're not going to like you,
Right,
and
yeah.
that's perfectly fine.
Yeah, it's part of life.
Is
Who
that
cares?
part? Yeah, I really like that. I was like, thanks, Tim. I need to. No one's ever said that to me before. My pastor
People
never
are
had.
gonna
My
hate you.
pastor never gave a sermon about that in my 21 years in the church.
I'm downloading mine. I feel like they do hate you because they're not as holy as you. You know what I mean?
Exactly,
Yeah, they're
yeah.
heathens because they hate you. But yeah, whatever. That's the old.
I think, if I had to guess, you are probably about 18 in this picture.
Ooh, oh yeah, I was looking. So yeah, that's my dad again.
Oh, there's Dad.
Yeah.
What's his name?
John.
John. What's up,
Yeah.
John?
Yeah.
Do we like John?
Yeah, he's cool.
Do you talk to him much?
Nope. I only talk to my mom.
Why'd you join the Marines after high school?
Air Force.
Air Force.
That's a aircraft.
What'd I say? Marines?
Marines, yeah. That's cool. So I actually got a joke about it. 3 weeks out of high school, I joined the Air Force. I was a sensor operator on an MQ-1 Predator drone. Then after the military, I worked for Subway. Both mascots are predators. But so everybody in my family joined the military. We've served in every war this nation's had. On my mom's side. My dad's side were carnies and horse thieves. That's why I got a silent A, but we'll get to that. There's 3 things to do out of high school in Paris, Texas. It's go work in a factory for X amount of dollars, but you're going to probably top around 15. You're going to top out, and you're going to live in Paris, Texas for the rest of your life. Fuck that.
Yeah.
You can go to college. I was a C student. I would actually go around to my teachers in high school and be like, do I got a 69.5? Because that rounds up to 70 a C. I can still run, do cross country and track, and I get to do the bare minimum. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
fuck college. Military gets me out of here. Seems like everybody else in my family did it. Part of the God complex I was talking about was Kevin, my older brother, was an air traffic controller. So he tells pilots what to do all day, where to land, where to blah, 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 right? My middle brother was a cop in the military. I was a sensor operator with drones. So we all think we're more important.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Oh, I launched missiles off a Predator drone. I don't care. I tell pilots, and they're all idiots when to land. And I'm like, yeah, but I got a pilot license, and you're an idiot. Like, I do got a pilot, blah, blah. And then my middle brother, he's just an idiot, and he's a cop. So he's like, oh, you know, I can do whatever I want. I'm a cop. I'm like, that's why you were the worst cop.
Yeah.
Because you're an idiot. But yeah, so that was the path. You join the military, you do 20 years, you get out, you're paid for the rest of your life. Then you can work at Walmart and do whatever the fuck you want. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, all you got to do is work 20 years and you get a pension. That was the game plan. 2 years, 2 months, 28 days later, Barack Obama, bless his heart, thanks Obama, he downsized the military, and in 2013, I think the number was 70 to 80 airmen were handed an honorable discharge. We can't pay you, go home. He took a lot of money from the DOD and did Obama phones, Obamacare, and just moved money around. And so I was handed an honorable discharge to go back home. So I left the military following and tracking and removing terrorists to working in a factory for $9 an hour, 7 p.m. to 7 a.m., 7 days a week. I was making $731 a week, literally half the week. It's 84 hours a week in a factory at night. I'm trying to look for something. You don't eat fast food that much.
What are you looking for?
Cardboard box, but I can't find one, so it's fine.
What do you need?
Actually,
there's one on that desk. You want me to get it for you?
No, I got you.
He's going to get a cardboard box. Please hold on this story. Or there's that one up there.
This will work.
Okay, this will work.
Sorry, I like to have fun. Don't you judge me. All right.
I'd be judging you if you were here not having fun.
Right. So the company I worked for was Hutamaki, right? And we did cardboard boxes, mostly for Popeyes, Dairy Queen, like the food shells. This doesn't get made like this. Like all these corners are cut and it's flat, and there's next to another one that's cut and flat, and it's just a sheet of these. And then I took an air cannon and blew them apart, a whole stack of them, and flipped through them, making sure Texas Longhorns was printed correctly, making sure there wasn't defects on the ink. And I scanned just boxes and boxes of Popeyes, making sure the Popeyes wasn't fucked up, for 84 hours a week, $9 an hour after the military. That's why I joined the military. So I didn't have to do that. And there I was, 2 years, 2 months, 28 days later, doing this for $9 an hour.
Jesus.
Yeah. So then it was like, fuck that. I escaped this once. I'll do it again. Used my GI Bill and went up to University of North Dakota.
Flip that thing around
yeah,
so the
no,
cord's on the
let's
other
try
side
to-
of your head.
What is this devil magic?
There
I got it. I can build a building. I'll figure it out. But yeah, so 0 to 18, I was in Paris, Texas, going to school and church. Then I got a job. Then I went to the military, got out of the military, worked in the factory. And then in between, because I was like, hey, I want to do these electives. I want to use my GI Bill. Let's get some college out of the way. So I went to Paris Junior College. I was, dude, if you ever want to waste time and energy, go to Paris Junior College and learn nothing.
You're really selling Paris as a destination
Dude,
spot.
it is. If you like meth, fucking hit up Paris. It sucks.
Reminds me, did you go to Reading? Did you drive through there when you went to see Bill Burr? It's 4 hours.
I feel like I've seen that on a sign, but you know what I mean?
That's how we talk about Reading in California.
Yeah,
it's like
it's a sign.
if you want to be a meth head, you'd go hang out in Reading for a bit.
Yeah, it's if you go to Walmart parking lot at 3 a.m. for fun,
Yeah.
that's what you're gonna do.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
we don't got shit out there. So yeah, I told the factory, I was like, look, eventually after I think it was 4 months of working there, I got off of the 7/12 schedule because I was now a machine operator, and I was putting those unprocessed cardboard boxes through a gluing machine. So it'd get folded up to that, and then somebody would take it out, and then they'd ship those to the puzzle makers or whatever the fuck. And I was like, look, guys, I'm going to have to start doing morning classes because I want to start going to college and getting the fuck out of here. Like, I ain't going to do this. Like, I'm literally working with a dude that sells pops pills and is fucking my aunt. I got to get out of here. Like, I am too good for this place. Honestly, fuck Paris. So they're like, no, if you... I finally got on an 8-hour schedule, but if somebody called in before or after, you have to come in for 4 hours and help cover that shift. And whoever if second shift called in, you have to stay for 4 hours. And then third shift has to come in for 4 hours extra to cover. So fuck you. You can't go to college on your mornings if somebody calls in.
Right.
You can't tell me that. I will never come back. You know what I mean? You won't tell me what this isn't the military. I just got out of it.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they did have that power. You do not. So, yeah, I went and got a job at Sprint. this was back when Sprint was a thing, before they got acquired by T-Mobile. And I went and did the interview. My buddy was the general manager, so I had the fucking job. And I went and interviewed, and yeah, they just said something to me that day. Because I was going to, like, maybe stick it out. Or, I don't know. I ain't got no plan. My plan was to go to the military and do that for 20 years. Now I'm out.
Yeah.
And I'm losing my religion rapidly. You know, what are we doing here? So I was like, yeah, all right. That was cool. That was a good thing to say to me. Like, he blamed me for the machine going down or something. I was like, all right, cool. I'm going to go to the bathroom, have somebody watch my machine. He's like, okay, cool. I went to the bathroom, called my buddy. I got the job at Sprint. Yep. All right, cool. And I clocked out, and I never...
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, fuck you. You know what I mean? You're not going to tell me that I'm not going to miss my shitty morning college. I'm going to go to my shitty morning college.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, I did it like summer school with that and got enough credits, and then I transferred up to University of North Dakota, which is a shitty school. I should have just
Hopefully
stayed.
slightly less shitty than Paris Junior College.
Oh, it was worse.
Oh, it was worse?
Yeah, bigger egos with
so
less education.
The people were worse.
Oh, yeah, I hate fucking people. That's why I study them.
How'd you land on the University of North Dakota?
My racist grandfather. You know, they got this excellent... I'll hop into an East Texas accent for this. They got a great unmanned aircraft program up in University of North Dakota. And I was like, all right, fuck it. I just did unmanned aircraft shit in the military. Let's go do it on the civilian side because it's really good. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. It's not a good unmanned aircraft. They have a good aviation program, and they're trying to get into the unmanned aircraft, but they don't know what the fuck they're talking about, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. So you can fly a Cessna 172 because those are commercialized. You right now can go pay $500 and start learning and get your private pilot's license right now. Go try to get your hands on an MQ-1 Predator drone. $1.4 million aircraft. Have fun. You're not going to do it. So
right.
They never touch these aircraft. I literally just got done touching these types of aircraft in the United States military. So I'm paying you through my GI Bill, paying you and your salaries to go to the school. I expect education. This is what we're supposed to be doing. Of course, I'm in the sensor operator program, and our first course is basic sensor operations. You know, that's your first course into accounting 101. You know what I mean? And it's just asinine shit. So we're watching YouTube videos of... I'm sorry. It frustrates me to this day.
I was going to say, I can see it's coming back as if you're sitting in class right now.
Yeah. Oh, I'm there mentally. And we're watching a YouTube video about a guy. If you're watching on YouTube video, you can still find this YouTube video on YouTube. A pilot of an MQ-1 Predator drone at Creech Air Force Base talking about an MQ-1 Predator. And he goes, well, the top flight time is... Well, I can't really say the top flight time. And the instructor is paused. He paused it and goes, well, class, why can't he tell us about the max flight time? And the class goes... It's secret, and I so badly wanted to go 36 hours.
Why didn't you?
It's top secret security clearance. Technically, that's illegal, but it's out by now. It's Googleable, it's Googleable information, and plus, the FBI isn't gonna come kick down my door.
Right.
Like they've moved on to much better weaponry. Like if you got an MQ-1, we don't got the time for that. So that's where we start, right? And you're sitting there teasing me with information that we don't know. And I'm like, I legitimately know it. So, like, I'm a 5th grade reading level watching the teacher go, what does this letter make? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I'm like, I'm paying to know more than you at this moment. I don't like that. So...
Why'd you finish then? Why didn't you drop out?
Oh, well,
or go somewhere else.
We'll get there, but great question. We'll get there. The second thing before I was like, all right, I'm either about to start swinging on people or I'm going to figure something else out. So with you go into unmanned aircraft, there's different branches. No. It's like accounting 304, right? So accounting 102, blah, blah. We're now at sensors. That is the name of the class. Sensors operations 301. And he's a guest speaker. He's a third year, junior year professor. This fucking guy. He comes in and he has a little slideshow of all the different unmanned aircraft known to date. And this is back in 2015 is when I transferred up. He gets to the MQ-1 Predator and he talks about the laser. The laser is a class 4 laser. This laser will blind you. You know the cute, adorable pet lasers?
Oh, yeah.
It's not that. We give warnings for that. No, this class 4, as soon as it's on and it hits your retina, it is burned off. It is a class 4 laser. We have blinded goats to test the laser in countries because you got to test the laser on operations to en route. This is a powerful fucking laser. And the fucking guy goes, oh, they use this laser for finding the distance to the target. That is so incorrect. That is so incorrect. This is a $1.4 million aircraft. It uses Pythagorean theorem to find the distance. That laser is what the missile tracks. So we turn on the laser. We tell the missile, hey, this laser is encoded with information. You follow that information to where you're going to land. That's how that works. That is not what this laser has nothing to do with Pythagorean. What the fuck are you talking? Just so wrong. Wrong. I'm paying you. As well as every other dipshit 18-year-old that thinks they're getting into this program. Wrong. Like, what? Like, that is just so wrong. That is a tool to guide the missile. It uses Pythagorean theorem. What are you talking about? So it's that type of shit. I'm like, I can't do this. I have too much of a mouth for this. And no. And I'm not going to sit in class and lecture professors on why they're wrong. I'm not going to do that. And they have tenure. They don't care. You know what I mean? These are older 50, 60-year-old checked out guys that are starting a new unmanned aircraft program for this college. They don't care. They're just writing it out. You know what I mean? So even if I did argue, they're going to be, okay, and I'm still not going to change this slide. You know what I mean? Like, they don't care. So I was like, fuck this. I'm not doing this. You still get your unmanned aircraft. You still get your private pilot license. You're 2 classes away from a commercial license, flying license, when you go through your unmanned aircraft program, because it's a bird in the butt. Like, it's the same thing. So you might as well just get a pilot license while you're there. So that's why I have a useless fucking pilot license, because I got it in college. I spent $12,000 for a useless piece of plastic while wanting to debate unmanned aircraft shit. But that was my first year. That's my first year into college. Yeah. So I'm getting paid. With the GI Bill, they pay for your books, they pay for your monthly stipend, they pay your housing, and they also pay your tuition. So it's the easiest job I've ever had. I'm not going to quit. You know what I mean? I'm just going to start taking random classes and figure out a degree. I was thinking like an open general degree. You know, they have useless degrees everywhere in college. They want your fucking money. They don't give a fuck. Well, you know what I mean? I could have taken dance if I really wanted to, but, you know, I didn't. It was, I believe it was my 3rd semester, or maybe I think it was my 3rd semester of college. I'm angry, bitter, out of the military, out of this aviation program shit. I have, like, all this knowledge, but I'm just around dipshits that are underage drinking, you know what I mean? I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Until I take an intro to sociology class, and there's a lab, and then there's the class, and the lab's just more like cultural stuff, like why do they do this? It's sociology's the studying of groups, you know what I mean? Like furries or small earth or racists or pick a fucking lane. If it's a grouping of people, I'm studying it. Why do they do that? Why serial killers, cults, etc. And my second day, I just remember leaning forward and I go, you can study people? And that's why I didn't leave college, and that's why I have a 4-year degree in sociology. Because I was like, wait, you can study people? And that just took over 3 years of my life, just sociology.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, that's why I didn't quit. Well, number one, people told me I couldn't finish college, so now, fuck you, now I got to. I'm very don't tell me what to do person.
So you liked it. The sociology,
love it,
you
yeah.
got a lot of that, and did it feel good not being the person in the room that knew the most? Was that like sort of a relief in a way?
Sociology was easier too. Just don't be brain dead and you're gonna pass it. So aviation, that's where I didn't feel like I knew the most because they knew a lot more. But sociology, just pay a fucking attention.
Yeah.
It's broad. So it's hard to give examples, but I like to study cults. So what makes a cult tick? Why are there so many different cults, but they're all the exact same? What's the differences? What's the majority? I remember a paper I had to write about hate groups. There's a website, probably many websites. You can track how many known hate groups are in your state. And so the paper was about what states have the most hate groups and what states have the lowest hate groups. Why?
What's one of the states that had the highest?
I believe it was Texas, Florida, New York, bigger states.
And then the smaller states had less.
Yeah,
I guess that
Montana,
makes sense. Yeah.
Idaho.
Yeah.
There's nobody fucking there. Why are there hate groups in the bigger states? I think my theory was elegantly put. Is that a live cat or what the fuck am I looking at, by the way? On your... It looks like a cat.
What are you looking at?
On the railing out there.
That's a plant. It's a little. It's a skull,
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
It looks like a fucking cat. I was like, that cat hasn't moved in 30 minutes. I swear to God, move, cat.
Get out of the rain or something. Yeah, it's not a fake cat or a real cat.
Yeah,
that is
okay.
a dead plant.
Yeah, okay. I'm tripping. I just had to ask. But
How long has that been bugging you?
For 10 minutes now. Because 30 minutes ago I noticed it, and then I just kept looking at it. And I was like,
why is this not moving?
Yeah, literally. Oh, and then the dog moved. All right, but anyway, sociology is just fascinating. But obviously, I was just killing time. Again, why am I here? What are we doing? Obviously, it's not going to be a religious aspect. Well, let's just try to chase money. Well, have you ever tried to make money off a sociology degree? It's not going to go well. I started moving furniture. I worked at Chick-fil-A. I worked at...
This is post-college.
Yeah, post-college. I had a degree. I got an honorable discharge from the military. I have factory experience. I have, XYZ. I got a pilot license and I can't find work.
If you do want to use the degree, is teaching the only fallback for a sociology major?
I almost forgot. So when I first moved to Colorado, why I moved to Colorado after college, I was like, where do you want to live for the rest of your life? Because now's the time to do it. I'm not about to pay what little student loans I have. I'm, fresh out of college. Where do you want to live? Well, my middle brother was stationed in Cheyenne Mountain, Colorado Springs, and I love snowboarding. Colorful Colorado, here we go. So that's why I moved to Colorado, and one of my first job interviews was a boys' home. It was like a juvenile hall type situation out in the middle of Colorado, next to Denver, but out a few miles. They like to keep them sequestered. It was a working interview, so you came, they told you a little bit about it, and then you did a day in the life of a counselor. Basically, you were a bouncer for 17-year-olds. I didn't know if I was going to like it or not. You know what I mean? This is social work. You're helping troubled teens. Literally, that's what a social worker does, is help people. And I fucking hate people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I should have known. I was just spinning my wheels, not doing shit, and just being more bitter for wasting more time in my life with. Anywho, so... I remember I get there and I'm all nervous. You're dressed nice because you want to get the job. And they don't do the interview portion till the end. So you're just still doing the working portion. And I'm sitting there and they're like, hey, just wait here in the lobby. And, we'll come get the guys and they're going to start the day with you. You'll shadow them. There is a kid in the bathroom losing his fucking mind. fuck you, throwing shit. I don't know what he has, but I know he's thrown more than 2 objects, and they sound like shoes. So did he find more shoes? You know what I mean?
Where's he getting all the shoes from?
Literally, and the bathroom is like from here to 15 feet away, but it's in a bathroom, so it's tiled, and it's echoing, and it's screeching, and he obviously has some mental problem or something. But have you ever seen a 15-year-old throw a tantrum? Shit sucks. And you realize you're gonna get paid to deal with that. All right.
All right, not for you, I reckon.
Do you want to do it? Fuck me. I'm out of this equation. Do you want to do that? Do you want to be a babysitter for troubled 15-year-olds? Some have autism, some have severe, some have less, some just stab people.
Dude, I worked in a daycare with inside of a gym for 2 years for 40 hours a week.
Horrible.
And those were non-dysfunction. They were, functioning normal children.
Yeah.
And
Which still sucked.
and it sucked. How I lasted there 2 years, I will never know. But there is this one kid who we were playing dodgeball once, and he hit me in the balls, and I was like, it was whatever. I was like, don't throw balls at that area of like any other human. Like, just don't do that. And then like the next day, he hits me in the balls again, and now I'm like, oh, this little fucker's doing this on purpose.
Yeah, he wants to
and
die.
so when his mom came to pick him up, I was like, hey, just so you know, we've been having a problem with your son throwing dodgeballs at other dudes' balls. And she was like, yeah, he's been doing that to his dad a lot.
Oh, can we stop it?
And I was like, is there an and coming?
Yeah.
And so we've been spanking him, or and
something.
we told him not to? Like, there's got to be an and. And she just looked at me like,
it's like, yeah, I've had that issue too. Weird. Huh. Yeah, he's doing it there too, Jimmy.
the only there's a lot of kids that had little freakouts.
Yeah,
The
of
only one
course.
that I remembered though was one time there was a kid just sobbing outside of the bathroom, and it was because his mom forgot. She usually put in a Ziploc bag a couple of what were those, the cereal multiple colors, had the parrot on the box,
Fruit Loops.
Hey. She forgot to give him some Fruit Loops, and he
Oh,
needed
God.
to throw one
Oh,
in the
God.
toilet so he could have something to aim at while he peed. And so he didn't have anything to aim at. And so I had to rush to, like, I think we had some Oreos or something. I was like, here, use this. But dude, I couldn't believe that's why I was crying. I felt so bad for him. He was having a meltdown because he was bursting at the seams and had
Fuck
no
that.
idea what he was supposed to do about it.
And I can't hit him?
Nope.
That's what you say to me. I can't hit him?
So you did they offer? I know you didn't want the job, but did they offer you the job? Did
Well,
you
yeah,
make it to
that was-
the interview portion?
That was the kicker. I knew they were going to test me because you're in a jail environment. And so there is a portion where they leave you alone with the kids for about 30 minutes. And they're like, just wait in the back of the class. Like, your entire job is sitting there and doing this until something pops off. And I'm like, I don't know. Sorry. Yeah, I've already said that. But like, they came up to me like, hey man, what are you doing? Just asking me shit. I'm like, man, I'm probably not, just leave me alone. Like, I know I'm a new face and this is jail to you because, they're living there. They regimented schedules, everything, the bell and everything. You got to stop the kids from stabbing each other.
Yeah.
So long story short, I'm sorry I took that long route to get there. They sit us down. I think there was me and 2 other people for this group interview that we were supposed to have. And they said, if you do not have a degree, we'll give you $12 an hour. If you do have a degree, we'll give you $13. Can you pay your bills off that?
Yippee-ki-yay.
Yeah.
That is great.
So fuck that. I can't do it, and I can't do it. Fuck that.
$1 extra if you have your degree.
So I started moving furniture for $17 an hour in Denver,
Which
Colorado.
requires no degree.
And no degree, yeah.
And paid $4 more.
Yeah. No, it was a shit job, and I was broke as fuck, dude. Drinking Mountain Dew for breakfast, lunch, and dinner because that was the only calories I could afford. Like working 68 hours, just constantly moving furniture for 17. Yeah, but hey, it's not doing factory work for 9 in Paris. So.
And you're not in Paris.
So yeah, I was bebopping around. I eventually quit that to go work for. Like, I just started finding jobs. Trying to find something that would A, pay the bills, B, give me a reason to live. Because, like, why the fuck am I on this planet? It can't just be to move furniture. I remember, like, I can't remember what all jobs because it started to get fuzzy. But I remember my last job was general manager of Firehouse Subs. And I was like, guys, I need $40K a year salary. And they're like, we can give you 39. And I was like, fuck, but okay, I have to take it. He's scrolling, so I'm just going to wait half a second. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Found it.
Yeah.
Just prepping up my next question.
Yeah,
I apologize.
I know.
Sorry for distracting you.
No, you're fine. But I was working general manager of Firehouse Subs. They were paying me dog shit. Like, I was eating there so I could actually afford food. You know what I mean? I was broke as shit. Now I got a degree. I got like now my resume's even more stacked. Like finally my assistant manager came in looking like somebody shot his dog. And I was like, oh, you're going to put your 2 weeks in? And he's like, yeah, my parents told me if I don't be a welder with my next door neighbor, then I'm going to get kicked out of the house. And he's 23 years old, working assistant manager of Firehouse Subs. He's just lazy, doesn't want to move out of the house. And I was like, well, fuck, do they need another guy that doesn't know what the fuck he's doing? And that's how I found ironwork. It's the highest paying job. I started at 25, 26, and I was like, oh, done. And I started working iron for the next 5 years of my life, and it was the highest paying gig I've ever had in my life, with a sociology degree, with a pilot license, with all this experience, and now I'm working with high school dropouts, building skyscrapers in schools and hospitals in Denver. And 6 months, 8 months later, I'm like, fuck it, let's finally start comedy, because COVID happened again. Don't tell me what I can and can't do. You can't go do comedy. Well, now I gotta do comedy because they say I can't. And that's why I started comedy.
I went to, where was it? Oh, it was on the way to Six Flags. Me and Isaac stopped by Buc-ee's. You have to stop by Buc-ee's. And they had one of those A-frames out front where they list every job that they're hiring for and the salary next to it. Dude, I should quit my job and go be a general manager at Buc-ee's.
If you can get it, you need like 10 years experience if you get that.
I got 10 years of life experience. What kind of experience? Retail?
That could help. So you're a general manager. You got to worry about staffing.
I can do that. I've done that.
All right. You got scheduling down.
Yep.
You got ordering all of the things. The brisket down to the jerky, down to the candy, down to the soda, down to the water, down to the fucking. You got all that. It's a lot of ordering.
I have 10% of that.
All right. Well, they can find somebody with that too.
Damn it.
You know what I mean? Working with large mini Walmarts. You know what I mean? You got Walmart general manager experience. That would help.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like it's a big store.
Oh, it's huge.
Yeah.
There's a shit ton of foot traffic too. I've been there at 12 a.m. and 12 p.m. It's always busy.
Yep. I stopped when I came back down from Dallas. It was fucking mayhem.
Yeah.
Man.
You know what's interesting about Buc-ee's? So far, everyone that's there is usually pretty happy.
All right. You haven't seen me.
You go to H-E-B. There's a lot of mad people at H-E-B. Sometimes when I'm there checking out, I want to tell the person scanning my items, I'm going to say, you know what? The food may be better here. You know what isn't? The people.
I think they're all just zoned out. Because I think I'm like people watching too, but they just seem checked out mentally, just going on about their life. I can tell you though, one day I was walking through a Walmart and I just happened to be behind some lady on the phone, on speakerphone, going, no, I'm not saying I'm addicted to cocaine, but I do it. And I'm like, that's a Walmart conversation for sure. But like, other than that, it's all just people with this like face, you know? People just check out through life. That's what I want to be like.
Checked out?
Yeah.
There's a guy at Costco in front of me once, and all he had in his cart was several handles of vodka and several bags of dog bones.
He's trying to check out.
I'm like, man, this guy and his dog are about to have a good Tuesday afternoon.
Out in the woods. Yeah. He's camping. He ain't doing that here.
You like camping?
I mean, I'm down. I'm just now somewhere else. Like, it doesn't matter. I can sleep outside. I can sleep inside. I don't care. Okay. I'm just living. L-I-V-I.
L-I-V-I-N. I tried to ask one of my buddies the other day if he would go camping, and he said no. I was like, so you're telling me if your girlfriend and me and like a bunch of other of your close friends are packing up our cars and we're going on a camping trip, you wouldn't go with us? And he said, absolutely not. I couldn't think of anything worse to do with my time. It's like, dude.
How many times have you... Actually, what did you queue up earlier? I don't want to get you distracted off of that.
Oh, that'll be a big subject change. It can wait.
Oh, that can
I
wait.
know it's here. It's
Okay,
sitting right
okay.
here, ready when I need
I'm
a question
antsy, brother.
for you.
I'm antsy.
Don't be antsy.
How many times have you gone camping?
Me?
Yeah.
Probably like 20, give or take.
And what age was you when the bulk of that was happening?
As young as I can remember.
Yeah.
The last one was in 2023.
Okay, so pretty recent.
Yeah.
I would say like the last time I went camping was survival school. So I was
You're
not
18?
camping. Yeah. And then other than that, I just sleep indoors.
Was survival school those 19 days that you referenced
Yeah.
at the very beginning of
Yep, yep, yep.
Did you enjoy those 19 days?
Nope. So, all right. This is like I love survival school because this is like the most top secret stuff. But again, you can watch this on YouTube. So whatever you can find is declassified, right? So if you can't find it, I cannot talk about it. If that makes sense.
Yep.
Most everything I'm gonna say you can find. So this isn't a secret spilled, but in the moment it is. So it's 19 days straight, and the majority of it, or some of it, actually now I'm trying to get to non-specifics. Yeah, sure. Oh, they're so tiny. That's what she said. Hopefully not. But so like you just learn how to survive out in the wilderness. All right, and then it's survival evade. So you have to evade if you're behind the wire. All right. So you learn maps, you learn how to land nav and do all that fun jazz. Rescue, so you learn how to get rescued and what to do if you're captured. That's a very short portion of it. And escape. Escape is the worst part of it because that's happy fun camp. That's where they teach you how to evade questioning. That's the happy fun camp. That's where you learn if you're captured, what happens. I can say that.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
This is the ways that they can torture you to get information out of you. And that sucks. You know, if you ever watch the videos where the cops get tased because they got to get tased to deploy taser.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. So
Okay.
you learn the best, worst training of your life. That's why I feel like I'm not normal because whenever, I don't think I did it to you in Six Flags, but I love to be like, oh, real answer or fake answer? They never choose fake answer. Why not? Well, I'm just diverting. You know what I mean? It's ways to be like, I don't want you to beat me in the face again. How do I get you to stop? And I literally have nothing. It's just ways to get out of interrogation. You know what I mean?
If you can answer this.
Yeah, I'm being vague and weird on purpose. Yeah.
And if you can't answer this, that's fine. I'm hoping you can though. Can you win? Like, is there any way that you can?
Great question. Here's my answer.
Okay.
So they tell you, and you learn from other survival, like John McCain. He was in an internment camp for 4 years. He can't lift his fucking hand up because his arm's fucked up. You can win so much so where the Chinese had Americans captured. They wrong airspace, forced to land or shot out of the air kind of thing, and they had them, and they're like, you're prisoners of war at the moment. Chinese weren't happy about it. You know what I mean? They don't like random foreigners. The prisoners were winning so much that the Chinese had to call the Americans and be like, come get these people. They are asking us about a popcorn machine. Like, that's how much they won. Like, ask me something about the Six Flags trip.
When we were at Six Flags, how did you feel when Liv lost her phone?
Yeah, phone. Yeah, I remember that. Actually, hey, did you eat today? I didn't eat today or yesterday. Is there any way you can give me food? Maybe I could remember then.
Well, no. You just gotta answer the question.
Oh, I'm sorry. Like, I'm so hungry. Well, I'm so sorry. I'm hungry. Well, until you give me food, I'm not gonna shut up about food. Well, here's some food. Well, David hasn't eaten yet.
I'm hungry. Yeah, let's have some food.
Yeah. Well, until David gets food. Well, have you seen where we're sleeping? Well, until I get a bed. And that's how you win.
Interesting.
You just go until you can't, until you die. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
or until you can't go anywhere. So they break it up in chunks, and there's some hostage training, right? So that method I just demonstrated, hopefully legally, that should be fine. Nobody's gonna, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's say me, David, Isaac, Frank all get captured, right? And they, all right, what's your first and last name, David? You know, they don't know David. I'm just, you know, obviously. And David goes, fuck you. And they blow your fucking head off. And then they point the gun at me. I'm going to say Jason fucking Fearn. Because I just saw your reward.
Yeah.
I don't want the same reward. You might want to just start fucking talking at that point. Because they can't replace you.
Yeah.
That's the only reason they don't want you to die. Because they can't replace you. It's the government. They just put money into you. You're an asset. They don't want you to die. So you better start fucking talking. You know, what do you do? Yeah, that's survival school. And plus you learn how to kill a rabbit, skin it, eat its heart, chickens. Hopefully you don't encounter a moose. That moose is gonna fucking win.
How the people that you went through survival school with, was that a relatively bonding experience?
Yes, but no. It is trauma bonding, but like it's such a random group. Anybody in air crew goes through survival school, and certain jobs go through certain training, right? I'm not going to go through cop school. Cops go through cop school. I went through air crew fundamentals school because I was in air crew, right? So certain jobs go through survival school. You have survival class. That's not the same thing as survival school, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense to the people that were in. Like CBT, computer-based training, is survival class. Is, you know what I mean? I went camping for 5 fucking days, and at the end of that, I got happy fun camped. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a difference.
After you got honorably discharged, did you have any thoughts about pivoting to like the Marines? Or
Of course.
is it not that simple? Or what?
It is, but it isn't. It's about your enlistment code. Do I want to go deal with that shit again? I did, but I didn't. I was just lost. I didn't know what I was doing. I don't know if I want to go to the Army or the Marines or the Navy or back in the Air Force or the Coast Guard or the whatever the fuck. Should I go be a welder? I thought about going to be a welder. I knew a guy that was making good money as a welder. I was like, fuck that. Well, I don't want to work in a factory, but that's the only job I got. Like, I was just lost working 84 hours a week. You know what I mean?
Making
like
boxes.
Yeah. Like, I didn't know what I was doing or where I was going.
This could be this could be a good segue.
There we go. We found her.
Okay. This is from August of 2023. I haven't slept or ate much, if at all, over these past 2 months. I was losing anywhere from 1 to 1.5 pounds a day on average. I wasn't trying to lose weight. It was just that if I did put food in my mouth, I would vomit minutes later or violently gag due to an already empty stomach. Finally, the shift that life kept hitting me with reached a point of insanely laughing, like a good hearty laugh. While venting to a homie about a shit day, it got worse, and all I could do was laugh. I love comedy, I love BJJ, I love ironwork, and maybe one day I'll love myself. But until then, I will wake up, go to work, go to BJJ if schedule allows, and I will do comedy. No one can stop me from doing that. Fuck you if you want to stop me. Enjoy the hostilities, my friends.
Yeah, so I'm not a fan of people. Denver just sucked. Like, it got to a point where, like, so the comedy out there is not good. People say, like, comedy works, it's the best. Okay, yeah, one fucking club is. That's it. Everywhere, like, any open mic or it's this show, you know what I mean? If, like, you went to Clementine's show, right? It is the same people doing the exact same jokes with the exact same $20 passed around. It's just all like, we do comedy because we're bored. You know what I mean? Like, it's not actual comedy. And I just got so sick of it. And I knew I wanted to come to Austin, but every time I got anywhere close to doing something like with comedy or like moving to Austin, it was ripped away from me. And I was fucking sick of it. So with ironwork, you do your first 3 years, you get an apprenticeship license. Well, I couldn't get my fucking journeyman card because I kept failing the welding. You got to pass your welding. And I kept fucking failing it. And I was losing my goddamn mind. And then I ripped my meniscus in half. That's the part of your knee while doing jujitsu. So that took part of my money.
How'd that feel?
Horrible. I rolled over, grabbed the side wall, and started screaming, fuck a lot. Yeah, it hurt. So I knew I wanted to come to Austin for comedy, and I feel like I've done less comedy, but I've also on Kill Tony. It's been weird. And I got tired, and then I finally was about to move again because I saved up enough, and then some chick just slammed on her brakes. Like, I feel like she did insurance fraud bullshit, but of course, like, it was the way things were working out. I didn't have insurance for 2 days because they canceled my policy without me knowing it for those 2 days. So whenever I fucking hit this bitch, I did not have insurance. You know what I mean?
So in the 48 hours that they canceled your policy without you knowing, you happened to get in a car accident.
She just slammed on her brakes, no turn signal. I was trying to turn in. I just got done with jujitsu. My foot was sweaty on my flip-flop, and it slid off the brake. I hit her going 5 miles per hour.
So no one was hurt?
No.
Probably minimal damage.
She claimed her face hit the window, but the angles, what? She didn't have insurance either, so what the fuck are you talking about? No, like, fuck off. So I had to pay her money, you know what I mean? 'Cause shut the fuck up, go away. It was just a bad time in my life, you know what I mean? And then finally I was like, God damn it, I'm just moving to Austin, fuck it. And I moved here with like, I want to say $3,000, because that's all I could save. But I had enough of Denver by that point.
Where'd you move to in Austin?
Runberg.
Is that north, south, east, or west?
North Hood, Austin.
North Hood.
Dude, it's the hood. So I kept doing ironwork. I was trying to find any other job. If I would have stayed in Denver, I'd be making $39 right now. $39. Good fucking money.
Mm-hmm.
It's better than $9 an hour working in Paris, Texas, and it's not in Paris. I took a $10 pay cut moving to Austin with ironwork. It's 28. I think it was 28.30. So I took a $10 pay cut to move here and keep doing better comedy. You know what I mean? It's actual shows, not just better comics that know they're never going to leave Denver, just hanging out with their friends and being political about it. You know what I mean? I got sick of it. So that's what that was about. And I'm a Meeseeks, you know what I mean? I'm happy with the death, but this is suffering. Why am I here? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what that was about.
Did you know anyone when you moved to Austin?
Nope.
How'd you and Isaac meet? And Frank?
Kill Tony.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
How's Austin been? You've been here 2 years now?
Yeah, it's been weird. Like ups and downs, lefts and rights. So I first started working out here. I was building a 74-story downtown Austin. I know you've seen it. If you've visited Austin recently, it's one of the ones you went, God damn. It's pretty huge. But I don't like people. I know you've watched South Park, right?
Not really.
You've never watched South Park.
Mm-mm.
You're an interesting man, David. You're an interesting man.
It's because we weren't allowed to. So then, by the time I moved out and I could watch whenever I want, my attention got split different ways.
I totally feel you, but that was just one of the things I went back and I was like, well, because I didn't like it when I was growing up. I really didn't, and I was like, well, now let's rewatch it as. But I'm sure you know about the guy that's like, okay.
It's easy. Okay.
Yeah, that. Yeah. That's what my general foreman did. The guy brags about how he never touched any illicit substance and he quit smoking 40 years ago. But the fact that you've had a case of beer every fucking night pickled your goddamn brain. So quit fluxing about smoking cigarettes and never touching anything when you're the biggest alcoholic I've ever met.
Did he say it in K a lot too?
Yeah, that, and are you kidding me?
I haven't smoked in 40 years, okay?
Yeah.
And I also haven't done meth in 40 years, okay? And
This
now we need to
was-
go get that iron over there, okay? And that would
Yep.
drive me insane.
Oh, it gets better. Now, tell me. I love metaphors and, you know what I mean, act outs, I guess, if you will. Tell me that we need 4 clips for level 30, okay?
Hey, Fearn, we need 4 clips for level 30, okay?
Sounds good, Jimmy. We actually only need 3. I was up there earlier, counted 1. We already got 1 up there. I just need 3. Now tell me I need 4 clips.
No, Fearn,
Yeah.
we need 4 clips, okay? There's
Yeah,
not one up there
I
yet.
understand that, Jimmy. 1 for each side of the elevator wall. Well, I already got 1 up there. I just need 3 clips.
Well,
Well,
Fearn, why
Fearn,
don't
we
you just
need
get
4.
4 clips, okay?
God damn it!
And if we end up having 5, then we'll
So
just
it's
bring
that.
one back down.
And then you have 2 other versions. One is where you say something like, hey, this mic is good and fine just like that. No adjustments later needed. 3 seconds later, here's, I think that mic is good and fine. We don't know adjustments needed. Like, you literally didn't just say that. There was tons of that. Like,
This guy's in charge?
Yeah, in charge of everything. In charge of everything.
Who put him in charge?
I don't fucking know or care. But the 3rd day I was on that job site, I was cussing that guy up and down one side and down the other. So when first rounds of layoffs came 6 months later, which we just didn't see eye to eye because how can you? I'm literally telling you, we only need 3 clips. No, you need 4. I'm not going to waste my time arguing. I'm just going to grab 3 and I'm going to go to work. Like, I don't got time for this. So, like, we just avoided each other for the most part. But 6 months later, I got laid off. Within those 6 months, I was doing a shit ton of comedy. It was great. But then that next year, I was working in Waco. How far away is Waco? An hour and a half.
Yeah.
6 days a week, 58 hours. I was driving. Yeah. It was 14-hour days, so I was leaving at 5 a.m. I would not get back to Austin, no matter if I was doing comedy or not that night. 7 p.m. So from 5 a.m. to 7 p.m., I was at work, theoretically, either driving or working, building, slinging iron, throwing deck, shit like that. Yeah.
And you were still doing shows at night sometimes,
I
too.
tried. I tried my best. I tried. Didn't miss a single kill, Tony. But Isaac, Frank, Matt were tying my boots together because I was asleep. I would just sleep because, like, I'm not going to get picked, obviously. I've only gotten picked that one time. Thank you for saying I did great. I'm now just contemplating if my next minute would even be that good. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's gone full circle again on that. Like, that whole year, I would sometimes do Wednesdays.
Where?
Maybe. Lucky Duck.
Mm.
There's a tag mic and a mic after, so I could do twice. So I actually only did them Wednesdays. You know what I mean? I moved here to chase comedy, not the money. So then after a year, I saved up like 20 grand. You know what I mean? I didn't have that much money growing up. I was having nightmares that I woke up with no money. That was fun.
Yeah.
And then it got to the point where I was like, hey, man, you got to lay me off. I did a full year, March 15th, 2023 to March 2024, I think. Nope, 2025. Yep, 2020. Fucking dates. But I did a full year out in Waco, March to March. And at that full year mark, I was like, I can't do this anymore. Like, I'm exhausted. I need to go home and sleep and not do shit for a while. So I took a layoff. They said, good job, have fun, love you, bye. Because, you know, you just build buildings. Once that building's done, you leave anyway and go to the next building. And I took 2 months off, and I had a choice to go work with fucking that guy again. Yeah.
Okay.
Or I could go work out in Taylor, Texas, non-union, Samsung, but that was 70 hours a week. Taylor, Texas is an hour away. And 12 hours, I wouldn't get out of there by 5, plus the drive and the 30-minute walk to my car. I would miss Kill Tony. So now I can't do comedy anyway. And so then I was bored. I hit a random open mic, tiniest bar in Texas, and I saw a bunch of dudes with orange shirts, but it was clean. So you got clean clothes and dirty clothes in construction. Clean clothes sit in the office. They don't do shit. But they don't wear the bright orange neon yellow, green neon, right? That's what dirty clothes wear. We wear the orange and we're dirty, and it's, you know what I mean? So it's clean people in dirty clothes. What's going on here? So I go, hey guys, what's going on? What do y'all do for a living? And one guy, I got to know him. He's a great dude, Willem. He was like, we hang off the side of skyscrapers. And I'm like, okay, I'm a fucking ironworker. I literally hang off the side of skyscrapers. What do you fucking do? They're like, oh, we're downtown high-rise window washers. And I'm like, tell me more. So now I get off the building and I walk across the street and I do comedy. Until last week, where I spent a week in Dallas for training that they thought I was going to do some training. And then this past week, I was on nights. So I tried to, like, match it around. So it's like, it's like this. It's great, but, like, I'm just trying to do more comedy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I love Austin. This place is amazing. But I just want to do more comedy.
How, scale 1 to 10, how determined are you to be a successful comic?
At least it was a 10 for a long time. I want to say it's about an 8 now. Because I just got tired of going and doing shitty shows, open mics, you know what I mean? Like, I just need to get pulled out of that fucking bucket again and do well on Kill Tony again. You know what I mean?
What happens if you do well on Kill Tony?
Well, I get confidence again. That's one thing. You know what I mean? I need a fucking crowd. And we'll see. I mean, I doubt I'll get a golden ticket. I'd be happy with Secret Show, you know what I mean? I just need a good fucking crowd. You know what I mean?
What if you don't find that crowd? Will you give up?
I don't know. I doubt it. But right now, like, it's been 2 weeks. You know what I mean? Like, again, I'm sure next Wednesday, I'm pretty sure I'll be at the Lucky Duck. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I doubt I'll really ever give up. It's just at this moment, I physically can't, and it sucks.
You physically, because of the work schedule?
Yeah. Because I was asleep to wake up at midnight. I was going to try to schedule it to where I could be asleep on the first shift, be awake on the second shift, and work the third shift. But I was given so little notice that I was sleeping a little on first, a little on second, and then working. You know what I mean? I was taking 2 naps, and it fucking sucked. I was a zombie working nights again because I'm like, I was exhausted, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That's what I've been up to since Six Flags. What have you been up to?
Let's see.
No,
I had Clem on the pod.
Yeah, exactly.
And I had the guy who made these toothpicks. I had him on the pod. He was
They're good.
He was diagnosed with ADHD, and he was one of the most excited people I've ever talked to.
I think I'll listen to a little bit of that.
It's not out yet.
Oh, never mind. Then maybe I didn't. It's the guy with the suicide, and he's like, suicide's just a quick thought. And I'm like, man, fuck you. Shout out to that guy.
Oh, Reed. I was like, wait, who? As soon as you said that, I was like, I do recognize that phrase. Who the fuck said it, though? Yeah, Reed was good. I liked him. And been going to the gym. Gold's just opened a new location. Not a sponsor. Don't join.
Don't join. I'm an anti-sponsor. If you don't pay me, I'll talk shit.
And dude, outside of that, I've just been thinking about like some ways in which I can make this thing make more money. So I think I'm gonna start working on those. I don't want to say what it is on mic yet. I'll tell you off mic, but yeah. So there's that. And dude, really just trying to get my buddy Tyler back in the gym. I love that man, but he is part of a band called The Broken View. Go check them out if you haven't heard of them before. And they are actually, when this episode releases in August, they will probably have just released their newest single. So definitely go check that out. But what sucks about it is when they're getting ready to release singles, their managers and their agents set a lot of deadlines for them. And so it is, we are focused, we're editing videos, we're shooting videos, we're mixing music, we're recording music, we're flying in band members, and so he just doesn't have the time for the gym right now.
I know, right?
And he misses it too. He gets frustrated. He's like, dude, I haven't worked out in 3 fucking weeks. I'm really pissed off right now.
And he's not going to quit. He's just really sad about it right now.
Yes.
It fucking sucks.
Yeah.
But yeah, because I'm not extremely jealous, but I do feel like sad. I see flyers for people's shows, and I'm like, oh. Like, I did take 2 months off because I did get laid off, and I didn't start work until I took 2 full months off, and I did a lot of comedy, but it seemed like as soon as I got on stage, the crowd walked. I was like, fuck! Like, I got like 3 good crowds that whole 2 months, so that didn't help. You know what I mean? Not to make it more about me, but he's not going to quit the gym.
No. He won't. He just goes through what's on the flip side. What's nice is when they're not in this season, he's with me at every single workout.
Exactly.
So it'll flip again
I'll be
probably
back.
in like late
It
August.
just sucks right now.
Yeah. And I'll still just go to his house and bug him sometimes.
Yeah,
So-
that's what friends do.
Yeah, no, none of the other band members were over there that Sunday, and I was like, I know you're busy and you need to keep working, but me and Thad are going to come over and we're just going to keep you company for like 4 hours. And he's like, yeah, come on through.
I'm sure you got dumbbells somewhere. I'll just throw dumbbells in or a kettlebell.
I just take the day off. I'm just going to be a piece of shit and
You're
hang
not
out
a
in his
piece of shit for
backyard.
missing one.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? No, you're not. No, you're not.
My whole identity is in crisis mode now.
Yeah, we don't need identities. Be a Meeseeks.
Meeseeks. I've never heard someone talk about these before.
Meeseeks, yeah, you got to start watching Rick and Morty. It's pretty good. Yeah, I recommend Rick and Morty to a lot of people. It's my favorite show.
Have you heard of The Pit?
The Pit, I don't think I have.
Do you have Max or access to
I
Max?
think I did. I
or
just
HBO?
got that one, yeah.
It's a show. It's a emergency room show,
Oh, okay,
and
okay,
I
okay.
don't usually watch medical shows, but there's something about this one, dude. I loved it so much, I blew through it in like 2 weeks. It's so
Really?
fucking good. I don't know if it's the cast. I don't know what it is. I think it is the cast. There's characters that you love. There's characters you hate. And then you hate them more because they keep doing stupid shit, and you're just like, stop it.
Pittsburgh's Trauma Medical Center. Now
Yep.
they're getting so deep into Pittsburgh. Cool. Yeah, I'll check it out. Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's a good
Oh,
show.
and it's 40-minute long episodes. Sweet.
Yeah, it's not too long.
It's a nice burn. Or like I hate when you get into something and it's only 20 minutes long. You're like, fuck. I wish I could enjoy this longer.
Yeah,
But yeah.
you can always just watch 2.
Yeah, but then you gotta flip back and forth.
What are you watching that's 20 minutes long? I haven't seen a 20 Rick and Morty.
Rick and Morty. Like, as soon as I started talking about it, I was like, well, I'm lying against myself or whatever the fuck. I'm perjuring.
Let's see if you get this reference because I forget what it's from. But a friend, he was like, hey, have you ever heard of blank? And I was like, nope, never heard of it. And he's like, this is insane. You've never heard of it. And I said, no. And so he showed me a couple clips. And one of the clips was, hey, what's that on your face? Bam! It's pain!
Don't.
Okay.
That's not Whitest Kids You Know, is it? I
Nope.
don't think it would be.
If you said it, I would know it. It is not Wise Kids You Know. But yeah, no, I guess I don't consume a lot of shit, man, because a lot of people will ask me, like, hey, have you heard of this? You watch this show, right? You watch that show, right? You watch this show, right? And I don't know what I am watching because I do like TV, obviously. I have one right up there in the corner. It was
that
on
is
when you got
present.
here. And but I'm watching Shark Tank and Breaking Bad and Haunting of Hill House
Right,
and House
Breaking
of
Bad's great.
Cards and
Okay, okay, so a little bit of drama. Like, is my main question for people, is it music or podcast that you listen to most?
I would say 60-40, 60% podcasts.
Right, like when you're working out, it's podcast, but driving maybe music, or is it flipped?
Flipped. I would say at the gym it's like 70% music, 30% podcasts. Driving normally podcasts. Sitting at home doing like editing a video. Well, that is podcasting. But there's music on in the background normally when I'm editing. So I'm a mix. But you are right. I feel most people are 90-10.
Sure.
They're either 90% music, 10% podcast, or
Or-
90% podcast, 10%
Right, yeah,
music.
yeah.
But dude, I love music and I love podcasts, so I just listen to all of it.
Well, like, I'm assuming you do what I do, which I don't know how many people do this because sometimes I get shamed for it. But if I'm like playing on my phone, the TV's on in the background. Or like when you hit the nail a little bit, like when you're doing a podcast, you got music on the background. You need something to block out so you could focus on this.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Like, that's where, like, I watch most of my TV shows because I'm not watching them. I'm just listening-ish while I'm playing Risk, Clash of Clans, etc.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's funny, dude. One of the very first guys that ever emailed me, you know what? Hang on, I have to tell you.
Did you like that?
I'm gonna forget when Isaac came on for the first time. So he was sitting there.
He comes on a lot of
Frank,
things.
yeah, he does. Frank and Zeke were sitting here, and so Frank started to say something, and so I turned my chair ever so slightly to be looking at Frank.
Yeah.
And while I'm looking at Frank, out of the corner of my eye, Isaac's smoking a big old cigar, and let's say that this inbox is an ashtray. And for some reason, instead of putting it over the ashtray, he holds it right here, and he spills the ash all over the
Nice.
table and all over the ground. And he thinks that I don't have peripheral vision and that I didn't see it. So Frank finishes his story, and then I said, you know what, Frank and Zeke? And they were like, what, David? I said, isn't it nice? Isn't it nice that I invited you over here to drink my booze and smoke my cigars, and Isaac is just dumping ash all over the studio, one tap at a time. And he was like, I didn't think you saw that.
Of course you saw that. I love how we both I still can't find it. I don't. Oh, there it is. There it is. That
Anyways,
whole time I was looking for it.
the story I was going to tell you was this kid, or I don't know if he's a kid, a dude emailed me probably like 6 months into podcasting, and he was like, hey, David, I just wanted to let you know that my absolute favorite thing to do on Thursday nights is to play computer games and listen to your podcast in the background while I get
nice.
hella stoned.
That's nice of him. That's a good review.
I love that review. That I was like, dude, the kids out there are getting sstoned playing computer games and listening to the podcast in the background.
American dream,
I'll
goddamn
take it.
I was enjoying, like, you re-asked me, you know what I mean, the actual networking type stuff. I was on the side of a building just waiting. It was a Friday when you hit me up. I was like, hey, can you do the podcast, blah, blah, blah. I was like, okay, yeah. And then that's when I was scrolling and I saw story time, or sorry time, whatever the fuck it is.
Fuck those guys.
Fuck them. We should have them on. Or you should have them on with me next. Whatever.
We will.
Fuck yeah. And there was a section where y'all just started roasting the comments. It was like, oh, from the last time you guys were on. And I was just like, yeah. And fuck that guy. It's just...
Yeah,
that was fun.
What did he say? Oh, and I remember the exact comment. It was directed towards Isaac, and I think all it said was, hey, isn't that the idiot from Kill Tony?
That's a Jew.
Yeah. That was awesome. I was like, how do you recognize him? Guess that guy watches a lot of Kill Tony.
Yeah, like I got facial blind. I cannot remember faces, names. Like it's all a blur. Even Tom Cruise has facial blind. It's a real thing.
What's my name?
David. It's because your podcast has named it. So that's how. I called you Dave for a while. And then on the ride back in Six Flags, Frank was driving Liv. We were having an emo jam session. It was amazing. You should have been there. Whatever. That's your part. I go, hey, what was that guy's name that I don't know? And Frank's like, what? I was like, the one guy out of all of today that I do not know. What was his name? David? Oh, yeah, that guy. And that's how I had to refer to you as.
One of the funniest moments from that day was when we were sitting next to each other on the bench, and you're on the phone with Isaac, I think.
Sure.
And you said, and you didn't think I was listening, and you said, what's this guy's name again?
Oh, no, I knew you were listening. Yeah, that was for both of us.
That was awesome.
Like, instead of just asking you, I'm just ask Isaac. He knows.
He knows. He better. If
You
he had
should.
been like, I don't know, guy with the podcast.
I would have died laughing. I would have been like, all right, podcaster, come on.
I would have taken it.
I know we were talking. Yeah, so Isaac went and found alcohol. We were waiting on Frank and Liv in the bathrooms, and me and you were just... No, they were in the shop.
Yeah, they were
Because
shopping.
they like to shop. That's a tourist trap right there. Don't shop there. Don't ever shop at Six Flags. Buy a Superman cape off of eBay. You know what I mean?
It's for the kids.
Frank's a kid.
And Frank should know better. One of my favorite comments that I've ever got on the podcast was when I had my buddy Sutton on, and about 90 minutes in, I was starting to get hungry, and I was like, hey, you want to eat some popcorn? He's like, yeah. So I got us both a bowl of popcorn, and we go back to talking, and at one point, he goes to throw a couple pieces in his mouth, and one of them misses, and it hits his chin and rolls down his shirt. Podcast episode goes out, and a couple weeks after it had been live, I see, get a notification, someone left a comment, go in there to see what it is, and they say, you know, it's a shame because I was really enjoying this episode until you decided to be unprofessional idiots and just start throwing popcorn everywhere around the studio, and I had to turn it off. I just had to. I'm like, dude, you're telling me you got 70 minutes into a podcast, any podcast, doesn't matter, and you're enjoying it. And because someone accidentally missed a piece of popcorn,
they're irate.
You're going to be irate.
Yep.
It's like it's the woman in the red dress again.
That was verbatim what y'all said on that Storytime podcast.
Oh, I did bring it. Did you listen to the whole thing?
I think I got pretty far into it.
I was going to say, yeah, you got deep.
Yeah. Oh, I went deep.
You got deep.
But yeah, what? All right, I'm a troll online.
Was that you? Was that you that commented?
No. I comment on those comments. I'm like, oh, Butterfan, huh? Like, I just go back and forth. My favorite is trolling liberals on Reddit. It is so fun. They get so mad over stuff I don't. I'm a gay dude living in Mexico with my husband. I don't care about your American politics, is what I tell them. Like, you know what I mean? Why are you arguing with me? I heard a quote once in college, and I live my life by it. If you argue with somebody online, it makes just as much sense as nailing Jell-O to a tree. Quote, Benjamin Franklin. One more time. If you argue with somebody online, it makes just as much sense as nailing Jell-O to a tree. Benjamin Franklin said that because you're wasting all of your time and energy arguing with somebody. I don't care what point is, but I'm going to argue the other side just because it's fun.
You know what I'm going to do after you leave today?
Get in my comments and start commenting shit?
No. I'm going to try to nail Jell-O to a tree.
Oh, you should. It's probably going to fall off immediately.
I'm going to nail Jell-O to every tree until I found out what apartment the new hot dude lives in that just moved here. That sounds a little stalkerish, but that's fine.
How would he know it's you? You have to get your number into the Jell-O. So then when it falls off, then it's a number inside of a Jell-O.
Well, then once I know where he lives, I can just start walking Dad through that part of the complex more. And then when he's walking his dog, our dogs will meet, and then I'll ask him out, and then he'll say yes, and then I'll finally have love, and we'll get married, and I'll never be stressed about anything again.
Right, all that is fine and fair, but the point of the matter is you're using the excuse of nailing Jell-O to a tree for your reconnaissance mission. I'm just looking over there because I'm trying to think of a clear and coherent sentence. Looking trees move. So wouldn't it be a better excuse to be walking that in other close by neighborhoods? Do you know if he lives by here?
No.
Yeah, exactly. So how much trees would you be nailing Jell-O to
Potentially hundreds.
Finally maybe see him, and maybe he's moved. It'd be much. Don't you got his social media at this point?
At least I could say I died trying.
Yeah, you could say you died trying, but that's a weird way to live, brother.
Well, how else am I supposed to meet him?
I don't know. Go start doing comedy. Get on every single stage until he's randomly at a comedy show. Wear a cowboy hat downtown. That seems to work.
I should go get a cowboy hat today.
You should.
Yeah.
Do it. You can get a cheap one. They all look good.
I'm gonna spend $500. No, I'm
If
not
you'd
doing.
like.
I'm not doing that
That's
shit.
your money.
I got other stuff I could spend $500 on.
Get a nice pair of boots. Boots are fun.
I should.
You
I've been
should.
here 2 years.
Be
What
a
am I
fucking Texan.
doing?
Be a fucking Texan.
Yeah, I should embrace it.
You goddamn right.
Goddamn right.
Goddamn right. I'm a fucking American.
Yeah. Are you dating anyone right now?
A chick up in Canada, which I'm going to Canada in 9 days.
Are you being serious?
Yes.
How'd you meet?
Kill Tony.
Is she a comedian?
Yeah, she was on Kill Tony.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
What's with all the comedians? Clem, he's doing it. You're doing it.
I'm dating comedians.
Is Liv a comedian?
Yeah. So
Isaac is the only one that's not. She's not a comedian, right? Whoever his.
She lives around comedy. You know what I mean? So she's in it, essentially. So it's basically, you went to college, right?
Yep.
Where at?
Sacramento, California.
Did you live in the dorms?
No.
Okay. If you did live in the dorms, you would have seen the exact same phenomenon. We are roughly around the same age. We're doing the exact same hobby. It's like college. Everybody in the dorms is going to start to fuck each other. Same with comedy.
Do you like her?
Yeah, of course.
How long you been dating?
We met in November. through Kiltony. Then she came down in February. That's when we started dating. And then she came down again in March, and she bought me a plane ticket to go see her July.
Nice.
Because she's a doctor in Canada.
She's a doctor?
Yeah, in Canada.
Wow, so she has money.
Yes, but no. They have more student loans than anybody else.
Those things. Yeah,
but she gets paid handsomely.
I graduated school in 2016. I'm still paying those bitches off.
Oh yeah. What little I got.
And I'm not even
bullshit.
using the degree anymore.
Yeah, of course. Why would you? I got a sociology degree. I'm a fucking window washer. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's funny because the audience for this show is primarily teens, and I feel like every other guest, one guest will be like, go to college, the next one will be like, don't.
Join
Next one
the
will be go,
military.
the next one will say don't. And I've always wondered, like, I wonder if these kids' parents tuned in, if they would be like, stop listening.
Yeah.
He's a bad influence. He's
Yeah.
giving you mixed messages. It's not mixed messages. I like it because I think giving people as many different perspectives as possible is a good thing. And then they can make the decision for themselves what they want to do based off our experiences.
Especially with the people you have on the podcast, because you have primarily young adults. I'd say around from like 22 to like 32. So it's like we're in their spot like 8 years ago.
Right.
So we've also done this. This is what we've done so far, and this is where we're at now. You know what I mean? Like, that's why I like doing my life in those blocks, because that's a lot of bullshit in that block. And then
Yeah.
I moved on and did a lot more other bullshit in that other next block.
Why did you mention join the military?
Because that's a big 2-year block. The survival school. That's where I started questioning religion and stuff like that. That's a pretty big block. Plus, following hunting and removing terrorists kind of takes stuff out of your soul.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got to bring up that block. It's a weird block.
Yeah. One of my buddies joined the Marines, and he expected to do it for 4 years, and he's going on year 14 right now. He's shooting for that
Same
20-year
with
mark at
religion,
this
if
point.
you're in it when you're young.
Yeah. Did you actually fall out of the 2-story window when you were
Yes.
15 months old?
Yes, I did. My mom. All right, so I didn't show my mom that episode of Kill Tony because I'm talking about fucking whores. You know what I mean? The interview was wild. So I showed my mom that minute, but then my middle brother was like, "Oh, somebody made a clip of Jason on YouTube," and he sent the full clip of my appearance of Kill Tony. So my mom was like, "Your brothers was not watching you. I did not leave kids and watching you." So apparently my uncles were supposed to be watching me, and they were in the other room or some shit. And yeah, I went out into the living room. Apparently I got up on the back of the couch to look through the window, but apparently standing on the couch cushions wasn't a good enough view. So I got up on the back of the couch, looked through the open window because the screen was cracked. I just kept going through, I followed through essentially, and I landed on concrete, and then they found me.
And then you
blah,
couldn't
blah,
say
blah.
ours anymore.
No, apparently that was a separate issue.
What month are you born?
November.
Oh yeah, that's right. 13th.
Yeah, Scorpio.
I couldn't say ours either when I was younger.
Really?
My mom, she had to take me to like speech class. I vaguely remember it. She'd put like fucking peanut butter on the top of my mouth. and be
Oh,
like,
that's a better way to
"Just
teach you.
Stick your tongue up there. I'd be
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, that's all we weren't doing. We just weren't, just raising the tongue.
Yeah.
Fearn.
Fern.
Yeah.
When you said Jason a second ago, it took me a second.
I know,
I
right?
legitimately was like,
Who the fuck's Jason?
yeah.
Good.
I've only ever known you as Fern.
Good.
Yeah.
That's the good way.
What else, brother? What else did you want to? Anything else you wanted to riff on while you're here today for your
Dude,
first
I don't know.
episode? Hopefully not your last.
Oh, it shouldn't be my last. It's always a lot of fun, and I appreciate you having me on.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, I don't know. I'm always an open book, and life is fun and wild, and it's I like how it's like any topics you want to talk about, and I just put war because in that moment I was like, I don't know, we were bombing Iran or some shit, so like it's fun to talk about. Mostly, I was thinking about it the next 2 weeks since I filled that out. I was like, I don't know, what's your thoughts about war? You know what I mean? I don't really care about what we talk about as long as we're talking.
Yeah. It's funny because someone else filled out their form within like 24 hours of you.
Yeah.
And on his, what do you not want to talk about? He literally put
Iran.
war. And it made me chuckle because I was like, here's one dude who's like, let's talk about it. And then the other dude was like, absolutely
The
fucking
duality.
not. Yeah.
The duality.
The duality.
Yeah.
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 Happy as a clam.
I'm happy as a clam too, dude. What you gonna do with the rest of your Saturday?
Play Call of Duty, jerk off, play Risk, and do it again Sunday. I got to go get an oil change, and then I'm gonna wake up, go to work, and then do that for the next week, and then I get to go to Canada, and I'm very happy and excited for that.
Are you playing Risk online, or are you like
Yeah,
getting
online.
together with people?
Mobile.
You can play Risk on your phone.
Yeah, and I'm.
It's not too small.
Huh?
The screen.
Nah, man.
You ever play Catan?
Zoom in. I feel like I would enjoy it, but it's time like I know Risk's time right now. Like I know how much time I can risk on Risk, but time blocking for Catan might be different. Like how much is an average game of Catan, time wise?
I mean, if I'm playing on my phone, 30 minutes. If I'm playing in real life with friends over a board, hour and a half.
Exactly. Yeah. So the 30 minutes is be the same online mobile Risk game. So now I'd have to just learn it and transition. But right now I'm playing Risk. So maybe I'd play Catan, but probably not.
Are you playing Risk against computers or people?
People. Yeah.
I'm gonna get this today.
Dude,
I
it's
haven't
really
played
fun.
Risk, and it takes you about a half hour, give or take.
Yeah, depending on the match. You can even see stats. My fastest win was 2 minutes, and the slowest win was 2 hours and 40 minutes. Yeah, you know, it varies. But it's so fun. It's so fucking fun.
It is. We played so much growing up.
I love strategy games like War.
What's the other one? Did you play Stratego? It's a
Yeah, of
two-player
course.
game. That one's
Yeah.
fun.
I played that one growing up. There's a Star Wars version, and of course half the
Yeah.
pieces were missing. Yeah, you should get it. And I feel like there would be a way we could play together, but that is my account. You can go through that. I was a grandmaster. I lost a couple games this morning, so I'm just a fucking master right now.
1,000 games played.
Yeah.
Average time per game is about half an hour. Won most of them. You've defeated 231,000 troops. You won 15 games in a row. This seems wrong. It is saying that you roll the numbers 1 through 6 an even amount of times.
Well, it does it computer, generated. Because each die is only 1 through 6, and it doesn't add up. So it does it even split every time. That's how.
So it's rigged.
Yes, but no, if that makes sense.
I'm not tracking.
You're always going to get a 1 or 6 on this die. 1 through 6. That's all you're going to get.
Right.
And it will just make sure, because depending on how many troops you have, it either rolls 3 or rolls. So it'll just randomly generate, but it will do it evenly, and it's not rigged. It's literally how many troops does he have, how many troops do I have. And if it's close within 3, that's when statistics, and it'll show you, like, you got a 98% chance of winning. All right, you're going to win. It's not rigged. I promise you. Like, everybody's stats is, like, you can do different, like, random. I do balanced blitz. It's not rigged.
You know what I feel like right now?
What?
I feel like you, when you were at the University of North Dakota,
Yes.
and one of us is very wrong right now,
Yes.
but the difference is I'm not sure if I'm wrong or if you're wrong. I just know
I'm right.
I'm like one of us. Either I'm not understanding something very badly or you're not understanding something. And either way, I don't like it. This is the only part of this podcast that I haven't liked. Because this is really fucking with my head that each one is exactly 16%. That shouldn't look like that.
It should, though.
No, Fearn!
Okay. So, if we have 6 dice.
Yes, okay.
And we roll them,
Okay.
the probability of them landing 1 through 6 on that first roll is 1 in 6, believe it or not, probably. In order for them to all land on the right corresponding. No, I guess it'd be 6 times 6, which would be 36. 1 in 36 chance.
Okay. Right.
Now it's just doing it 36 times.
Now it's doing what 36 times?
It's going through every single scenario. Each turn, it'll just hop to the next scenario.
So if you roll a 1,
Okay.
you cannot roll another one until 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 pop up?
Chances are the 2 or the 3 popped up in my other 2 or 3 dice, right? So my next roll, it could still be a 1. And then this will be a 3 and a 4. It's still going to do its thing. It's just going to make sure it's all hitting the same. It's not giving anybody an advantage. It's just going to make sure that it's going to be even dice.
You know, what time is it? 2:15. Perfect. I'm going to go to the gym after this.
Okay.
Hot dude that I'm going to dinner with next week should be there. And this is going to be what I'm going to talk about with him
Is he
today.
a mathematician, or does he like Risk, or why is he going to get bombarded with a Risk dynamic?
I just want to talk to him about anything. He's hot. I don't care. I don't give a fuck what we talk
here's
about.
The thing. You can't talk about statistics with hot chicks. So it's different, it's different strategies, right? I don't think about it like this. You know what I'm saying? Because I think bro talk, we're talking about history, statistics, real shit. But, you know, we're bros, being dudes. With hot chicks, you'd be like, all right, that was the Barbie movie. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not thinking about dating-wise. I went to homie brain.
It's funny because I have this long running joke with Tyler, the workout buddy in the band that I mentioned. I have this long running joke with him that I'm actually not gay. There's just so many more advantages to being with dudes. I'm
Dude,
like,
I would get laid constantly. Look at me. I would get laid so much that I wish I was gay. You have no idea. You have no fucking idea how often I get hit on. I'm not bragging. I'm not unhappy about it. I'm just saying the plight is not fair.
Fearn, this was fun.
Yeah, of course.
Thanks for being here, brother. I appreciate you.
appreciate
To
you.
the audience, thank you guys so much as always for listening. I really appreciate y'all. Do me a favor, if you're watching on YouTube today, hit that subscribe button. If you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, please hit that follow button. And if you do this small favor for me, which takes none of your money and only a couple seconds of your time, my commitment to you will be to keep finding awesome guests like Fearn to bring you stories, laughs, motivation, whatever it is that you need on a week in and week out basis every Saturday night. In the meantime, y'all, stay healthy, stay happy, and we'll see you next week on DSNSB. Bye, everyone.
Bye.